Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Arbarian, where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot. I'm Murray, not your lawkeeper for the day. That's that guy's job. That one. That's Zelda. That one's a lawkeeper. Well, anyway, hi. How are we all doing? How was our week? That's to you lot.
Oh,
to the
that's
chat.
to us.
Good.
I actually have lines in this one. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm used to just staring off into the distance and looking intently.
Cool explosions. Wow. Look at that face in high HD.
Oh,
Ever
man,
since he
it's-
found out that his players can roleplay, he doesn't know what to do with himself.
Oh, wow. Look at us
Wait, they
go.
can actually do something with the story too? Oh,
Wait a second, hold on. They are capable
I'm
of
not-
doing this?
the only one? I thought they
he's
were
like-
just here for rolling dice.
It's like, shit, I could have been a gardener the whole time.
Actually, Tim, we've had a lot of great character roleplay throughout the entire game. Because you
Yeah,
guys are
most
all
of it
awesome at
happened
what
last
you do.
session.
Oh,
Oh,
we've had more than that.
Ooh. Okay, well, before we start going down a terrible train, we have sponsors, everybody. If you look over to the right of where, or left, depending on what your orientation is, of where Donovan is, or below Wilhide. Hey, everybody, you need guidance on life, auto, or homeowners insurance? Contact Kate Woolman State Farm for all your insurance needs. Rates can be more affordable than you think, and protecting what matters to you most is important. Call Ben, yeah, that's right, that's Ben, the same one from Sunday, at 719-539, that's 719-539-6265. I'm dyslexic. And I'll set you up, he'll set you up, not me, I'm not Ben. He'll set you up with what you need at 719-539-6265. Someone spam me.
Good job. I am
You're
so
doing good.
excited that we finally
You're doing
got
good.
sponsored, by the way.
Yeah, me
That
too.
is a neat
That is really
development.
exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you to
then,
the
you're
sponsors.
awesome. If you want to see all those wonderful things, then go into your wonderful chat and put in State Farm with the exclamation point in the front of it. I can't do that apparently on this one. Okay, let's go over here.
Is he wearing khakis? That's
Michael
all I
got
want to
it.
know.
Oh, thank you, Michael. You can go do
you're
that.
welcome.
Go to that site. That helps us a lot. More traffic on their site is actually a good sign, and it tells them that we're worth it. Thank you again, Kate Woman, for the sponsorship. You're wonderful. Other little biddies, project t-shirts on the way. We've seen some wonderful little teasers. Kaz has been streaming his design and accidentally deleted. Poor
Oh,
guy.
The
He had
stream
same
or the
problem.
design?
The design.
Oh no.
He exited out of it without saving. All our sympathies, Kaz, who has fully recovered ever since, and all the art and everything. It's a very,
Okay,
very
good.
tantalating design. It's very good. I enjoy it. And we've got that one over there, working on another. And I just need to put some words to another one that they drew, and we'll have that one up there. I just need the words on there, and I haven't done that yet. I'm doing too much. Other news. This Sunday is the last Sunday we'll be streaming this year because our little break's coming up. That's right. The 24th until New Year's, through New Year's, we're taking a break. That's where I'm going to relax a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, enjoy that. I won't. They're right, actually. I'm just going to work straight through it. They know me too well. Anyway, but before that,
So we're all gonna sit on him, right? We're like gonna hold him down and make him relax,
you
right?
got to find where.
Only if we can turn the same treatment around to a certain lore master.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
We're
just
going to
gonna live in denial.
hijack the place for a day, okay? Wilhide and Donovan are going to team up and take over.
Saturday, we have a one-shot coming up, though, so let's talk about that one first. Starting at 7 p.m. MT, we got the Brando. Brando Slime is coming in and running their very first little one-shot, and it's going to be great.
Ooh.
All the details are coming together on their side. I haven't done any of my details yet. I need to do those. I have tomorrow. It's okay.
Woohoo.
I'm not.
Yeah, no problem.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun, actually. They're very excited. Every time we have a little call about it and be like, okay, do we have all our details sorted? It's just a stream of lore. And oh, they have this figured out. That's awesome. So come on by for
That's
that.
exciting.
7 p.m. MT.
That is exciting.
Yeah. And then Sunday's going to be the finale of our Battle of Geisaster, which is the pivotal point in the War of Unification in Quela, which is something we've talked about so much in the Sundays, but now we're visiting it. It's going to be fun. I don't know if you guys caught that. I actually took some Fate Core designs and put it into a D&D game.
Oh.
Sacrilege. It worked really well. They all enjoyed it. They actually said that was their favorite part.
Nice. Yeah, it lends itself to being able to do that.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
It really does. Anyway, any other announcements?
I don't think so.
No? Great. In that case, let's roll that intro. And tally on.
It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be heard in gales and floods. If not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi.
So then I says to him,
You
what
didn't
I
tell-
says is, oh, sorry.
You didn't tell us
Hide
we
the
had to come
bodies!
back.
Hide the bodies!
What bodies? I only have 2 behind me. Are they really a problem?
They won't be much longer.
Everyone listen for the pop.
Soda pop?
No, that's what that was actually started up as a joke in some of a friend group of mine, because apparently when a wire taps in, there's always a small little static pop. So whenever we'd say
Wondering
something
about
that
that.
was like, we'd always go like, wait, everyone listen for the pop. No pop, we're good.
No.
They're not listening. Wait, we want them
So
to
they're
listen.
not listening.
Listen to us, please.
If you hear the pop, say hi to your FBI
We
agent.
want to be heard. If you listen to us, we might actually have a viewer. I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Circus
FBI
Killer.
agent, you should share this with your friends.
Yeah. Hey, if we all get an agent, that's a viewer for
Yeah.
each of us.
Hey, that's
Hell
fair.
yeah.
We should say some really awful things. Don't.
No, don't.
That
don't.
was a
We already
joke.
do.
That's fair.
I mean, we do, but the kind
no
that
worse
Twitch has
than
chill
usual.
for.
How about?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No worse than
How about
So
that?
I have a friend, and he and I routinely, when having phone conversations, will say things to our NSA agent. We've offered to take them, out for beers if they're hot. We've offered to, take them on dates. They never take us up on it, but we try.
Well, you added too many
Aw.
quantifiers. You should just offer them a date regardless of if they're hot or not to see where things go.
Just give them a
I'm-
date, a
I'm
time,
picky.
show up at the place. The date
Well,
and
I've
time, and
offered
see
like
if
a
anyone
beers
shows up.
date though. Like we'll take them out for beers, cookies, whatever.
Yeah, but did you give them an
I like-
exact date and time?
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, that's true.
You
And
gotta
just
give them an
go,
exact date because
and
they
then
can't reply.
Oh my gosh.
yeah, exactly.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid.
And it could be
Well, I figure-
anybody.
I was listening, so just let 'em know
Blind
where
date.
they are.
And then you do it again and see which of the random people in the whole restaurant showed up
Is
again.
the same. Mhm.
Exactly. Or like, what if
Exactly.
there's
Like,
another
it's you,
unmarked
isn't it?
black car outside?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's
they
like
also
they
love the
made an effort.
SUVs.
They made an effort. They brought the car, to the restaurant.
Yes. That's what's important.
Yeah, Circus
a
is right.
problem
They can
doing
win
that.
for you.
See, I appreciate people that make an effort.
Quite nice, isn't it?
Yes, I mean,
Quite
Quite
nice.
nice.
Quite nice.
quite nice.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Quite nice.
Can I make a quack
Nice.
comment really quick? Zelda, what is that blue band around your arm? Is that your microphone?
Yeah, that's his.
Oh,
that's
okay.
My microphone.
It was like lined up right with your arm sleeve. I
They
was like,
can't even
is that-
see it
Did-
on stream, so.
Affleck.
Oh, okay.
Did you call that a quack moment when this whole conversation has been a quack moment?
But I was announcing it in advance.
You
He's
were,
right,
that's
you know.
fair.
One of us needs to get like a duck puppet and just
Duck
start
puppet.
Oh,
talking
yeah.
in the background with it.
Do you know what they're talking about? No. Oh.
Hold on. Oh shoot, it's not up here. I have a thing for this. I don't know how many of you watch Bluey, but Sean.
What?
Sean is a
You mean
thing.
the Shark Show?
And Sean very much exists in my family's world. And so my daughter routinely talks to Sean, and Sean. Yes, I know. Anyway, but I also found these little eyeballs that you can put under your fingers so that Sean now has eyeballs.
No.
I started the stupidest game with Sean, and I should have never done it. One time while we're driving, Sean pops up and then reaches over and grabs the wheel and jerks the wheel back and forth so the car goes. I mean, not really much, just enough to shake her. She thinks it's the funniest thing. So every time we drive somewhere, Sean, grab the wheel. Sean, grab the wheel.
No.
Please, no one dissect the sentence that he just said.
Sean, grab the wheel.
No,
don't
before
know.
that.
What did I say? What did I say?
Clip it.
I
I
can't
don't know.
remember that
Shakes
far
it.
Oh
back.
God.
No,
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
what did I
going to
say?
clip it.
I'm not sure either.
The title
It's
of
perfectly
the
fine,
something
but as soon
horrible.
as you start listening to the individual statement bits of it, you're like, oh,
Oh, out of context sentences.
out
are
of
horrible.
context statements, yeah.
Oh no.
Like it was
No,
a
your brain
single
is just
sentence that
bad.
it is. It's awful. And it's
Okay,
there's no
well, I'm
question
sorry.
about it. What was that about calcium cannons though earlier?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh
Mm.
yes.
Calcium cannons, like the mommy milkers.
Mm.
The calcium
No,
cannons.
I
Mm.
don't. What are those?
The moo.
The
The moose
bone
squeezers?
bakers.
Oh, there you go.
Anyways. So,
So
Anyway.
hey, hi.
Yeah.
What are we
So
doing?
how's everyone doing today?
Well, we got a recap. Anyone got a recap?
Oh yeah, who's got a recap?
Oh shit, not me. I'm sorry.
we had a whole lot of talking.
My brain is
talked
scattered.
and
I'm
talked.
sorry.
Me
there's
and
the duck.
Will High went on
I bet it
a
is.
picnic.
Yeah,
Date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a
I
date.
guess it was a date.
You guys got all romantic with each other.
Donnie was gonna go.
Aw.
Donnie was gonna go evac people, but he ended up just getting drunk at the bar. So
Oh wow.
I mean, it's what happened.
Bethel asked Donnie what normal people are like.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Donnie said that he's really not a good example of them.
No.
And that Will High was a good example of it. And then when Will High
No.
was told, "You're what normal looks like," there was
It's
like,
like,
Not that he's that
Well, I mean-
normal, but he's just the most normal of us.
Beth is definitely looking at Will High
Maybe that's
as a example of normal.
That's
Will High's some
he
kind
is-
of. Will has some kind of combination between like Agent 47 and Tony Stark. So
That's true.
so
That's true.
he's definitely
We
not
went shopping.
normal. But
We went shopping for once.
we went shopping, assuming that
Oh, yeah.
Bethla was going
Yeah.
to be
Oh,
able
that's
to
right.
BS somebody.
It turns out
But
they were
and-
not even a
Emporium.
person.
Yeah, and it turns out that the shopkeeper named me by name.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Well,
we
well,
also-
that's
I don't know
because
what you're talking about.
the shopkeeper was Sam in the future.
No,
Well,
the shopkeeper was
also
his
broke the
automaton.
third wall.
Fourth
Little
wall.
anime girl
Oh,
automaton.
right,
automaton.
right.
Yeah.
That part.
Yep.
Didn't just break it, reached out and went.
And doxed ya.
Now get
Look,
it from me.
look. If I could have figured out a way to make a hand reach through your screen, I would have.
You
Look,
should
if this
have
wasn't
messaged him
Twitch, I'd
earlier.
just I'd pull a gun out and go, come on, let's go.
Well.
Twitch
a
likes other
spite.
guns.
A spite.
We can have little tiny guns on our
can't
nipples
say that.
because that's autistic. That's autistic nudity, everybody. That's what that is.
huh.
We can
Especially
have
when they go,
weapon tassels.
Oh God.
Wait, does that mean we can have a tassel stream?
America.
You want a little dance?
Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Make a little
Sure
love.
could.
Oh shit.
All right. Quack.
All right,
Someone
sure.
quack.
Yeah, we got a quack.
Flack. I mean, State Farm.
Oh yeah, we probably should know.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Quick. All right. No, hold on. We should. No, you know what?
Reset.
To- no,
Everyone,
you know
we're
what-
starting
guys,
over.
you know-
we're starting over. I'm gonna
you-
re-roll the
here's
intro
what we need
and
to
we're
do.
gonna cut all that. I'm kidding.
All of that.
It's too much work.
No. What,
They knew what they were
okay, no,
getting
we'll-
into.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we
they
need to do.
should.
Here's what we need to do. We replace the duck with, and instead of a quack, anytime one of us gets off topic, it's like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know what? I'm gonna
love
start singing
that.
like a good neighbor, safe farm is there. Especially when I'm
there.
nervous in a
Please
fight.
stop it.
Sean, you're not the
Yeah,
State
like-
Farm agent.
Call
This
my
is
neighbor
how
if
we
you don't
just
shut up.
summon Ben's NPC.
State Farm's getting more than they bargained for.
Jake from State Farm.
Every
is
other
swole.
Thursday.
He'll
This
come
only
and shut
happens
you up.
every other Thursday. The rest of us are very tame.
Okay.
Even though I'm in the
Really?
rest of us.
We're just
It's
lunatics.
just
I'm
this.
sorry.
We're just.
It's just
I just have the
this.
chaotic group. It's fine.
Yes.
Should
We know our strengths. We just gotta play to them.
Did I get anything from the shopkeep last time? I can't even remember.
You got stripper
You got boots. You got stripper
I got
boots.
stripper
Stole a bunch
boots?
of
Ooh.
stuff.
And I hope you wrote down what
Fine.
they did, because I certainly didn't.
You did
Oh.
not say what they did, as far as I know. They were just sexy
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You didn't.
Okay, good. Great.
boots.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Donnie's boots were the only thing that did anything, and they just make him walk faster and give him acrobatic checks, which he's made none of. So, yeah, he walks faster.
Are you walking? Are you walking?
These boots were made
Walking
for
all
walking.
over you.
Hey, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay,
my goodness.
Annie? Hey, Annie.
I'm
Annie, are
going
you
to name my next
How do
character
you know
Annie.
my nickname?
Oh no,
Do
I
you
just
like
had a
Orphan?
horrible thought. Nope, I just had a terrible
Aw.
thought. Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
Annie.
Now that we are thoroughly derailed, so thoroughly derailed.
Derailed? Did we ever start from the station?
I tried.
No, that's
okay?
valid.
You tried.
No.
You did
You've
try.
been-
I think the door tried to close, and it got jammed on someone's luggage.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
No,
And
some turd.
this
tried to
entire
jump through the door
conversation
last
is just-
second.
This entire conversation is like all the stuff just like trailing out of the train from the open luggage, just like this.
Oh
It's being held on by one extra tough brassiere that everybody's holding on to.
We're reaching the point where we need to do like an alt stream just for us to get the giggles out, because
Should I change this to
Okay.
just chatting?
No, we're gonna play.
no. Yeah, just switch it over.
we are 27
Switch
minutes
it to
in,
just
people.
chatting.
Is there
We're
really a
27
difference
minutes
between
in.
TTRPGs and just chatting?
And just
I
chatting
know.
with some
Direction-
a little bit of math,
The
maybe.
argument could
Direction
be
and
made.
organization.
Okay.
Sometime.
Where's
Oh,
either
look,
of
sorry,
those
sorry,
in this?
we haven't broken your 30-minute rule yet. So as long as we start now, start playing
I
right
do
now,
have a
we're
30-minute
fine.
rule. You're right. Yeah.
You do have a 30-minute rule. Holy crap! You know what? I had caffeine today. I am so much more awake and alert.
There's only
This is
3 minutes
great.
until that rule, though, right?
Okay.
You should start.
So, the Glorp spears kablurk at the dawn of the next day,
Oh, okay.
which sounds something like.
I immediately
I don't
poke
know.
my head out, look at it, and compel it to walk off the edge of wherever it is.
Oh,
Hey,
There's
can
now
you
a
do
new-
that to, like,
there's
the
now-
next 37 Glupspheres that do that?
That Glorp spear is now named Hey Hey, just for the record.
Oh no, it survived.
Bella's gonna reach out the window and be like, "Morning snack."
Money stack.
It just falls. Like,
My
whoa!
fault.
I had to carry that. I go back to bed.
Oh gosh. You know, it's funny, in so many of my games, the whole rooster crowing thing has become a joke, has become a meme in various games. Anywho, so if I remember correctly, you were all going to sit down with Father and have a long talk about how this whole thing was supposed to work.
Was that
Except-
before or after the donut shop? Because that's the last thing I have listed.
Oh yeah, we went to Bella's.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we
forgot
were
those
gonna go see
Ricardo
Donut.
/ Tiefling at donut shop is what.
No, we went to see
Oh, that
Donut.
was a that,
We
never
are
mind, that was,
already
that was,
there.
That was an illustration idea based on the conversation. I don't know if we actually went
Okay.
there.
We did go to see
Yeah.
him because he was sitting on a box ready to fight.
Huh?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't give us his recipe. I remember
he
this
wasn't.
now.
Oh, that's
he was
right.
willing to make donuts.
Yeah.
He was willing to make donuts.
Yeah, he was gonna make it for us.
It's
'Cause
slowly
we
coming back.
convinced him to. No. Oh no, that's Boomerang. Boomerang. It's all coming back to you.
Okay.
We're fine with that. They don't compete.
Anyway, continue.
Will Hi,
Donuts.
roll me a.
Doesn't even exist.
What were we? Remember we talked about having you roll essentially memory checks as time went on. What did we say you were rolling? Do you remember?
I don't.
That's something that a really talented DM, unlike me, would have written down. But since I am not one of those, I did not write it down.
Wing it.
Yeah,
Just wing it.
make up a new
I
answer.
always wing it.
That's what talented DMs do. They just pull it out of their ass.
Roll me an intelligence.
80% of it.
There you go.
Reach deep.
That's true.
Look at this talent here.
You gotta
Talent
go up to
smells
the
funny.
elbow.
They all do.
Only when you pull out.
Dirty 20. Dirty
What?
20.
Dirty.
Dirty 20,
So dirty.
I mean,
Not a pat
speaking
20,
of
but
dirty.
close.
but still.
To do a Murray roll.
So, Wilhi, as you wake up in the morning, something feels different. You're not quite sure exactly what feels different, but you're like, no, this definitely feels different. And you're kind of like, huh, the rumble frequency of the city is slightly off. And once you realize that, you realize that you actually know how the city is supposed to run. You, in a general sense, it's kind of like a limited omniscience. If you focus on how something is supposed to work, all of a sudden you have not like an in-depth, like you couldn't walk up and fix it, but you have a general idea of what is supposed to happen. So you now have a rough idea of how the city is intended to be used. You can either tell that to the party, or you can wait until the conversation with New Father to see how that plays out.
Anyone else like randomly knowing things all of a sudden?
I mean, I've been having flashbacks and bits and pieces of my childhood for the past couple of days now, but knowing things is a little bit different, I suppose.
No.
Like you
I
don't
give
just
up.
understand. You give up?
No, every time I know something, I don't know it anymore.
Oh yeah, I hear you there.
Valid.
Fair.
You though, you have been knowing things. You keep doing that.
Yeah, but I keep, like you said, I keep knowing things and then not knowing things. Anyway, yeah, apparently, wait. So, in what way does it feel off? You said home feels off.
Not like aggressively off, but like your brain, you know roughly what the harmonics of the city ought to be, and it just feels like something is It was perfect. It's dead now. Damn. Wow. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. It's like something's just not running perfectly correctly. Something's creating an odd vibration that should not be there.
I feel like suddenly the city feels like something's broken. But we've known that all along, so maybe it's just nerves.
Well, we're gonna go talk to father. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's have some donuts and we can check up on whatever that is.
All right. How'd you all sleep?
Bethel
Tossed and
finally
turned
shows
just
up.
A little bit too much.
Hair's a mess. How are you so
Oh,
late
right.
so early?
Bethla.
I hate you all.
Is Bethel your typical teenager?
Bethel's not a teenager.
All right. Does she act like your typical young adult? Let's try that. Let's try it that way.
Hello, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow
that was-
children.
Hello, fellow young adults.
No, that
Yeah,
was.
My dudes. How
let's
you
be fair,
all
that was
doing?
Irvin.
That was Irvin.
Bethla, are you
Yeah.
sick? What's wrong with your voice?
Yo, faux shizzle, check out his drip. No cap.
Coffee.
Yes, it deliberately mixed slang generations there.
Shame upon your household.
She just keeps on like leaning in closer and closer to you. Your
I'm
hair.
looking around.
You need help.
Is there like a pot of coffee, a pot of tea, something like that around?
Probably with the donuts.
Yeah, coffee.
Just
Coffee and donuts.
grabs the pot, starts drinking from the pot.
It's spicy. I would. Somebody grab her
What?
some water quickly.
What
Here.
do you mean? Oh!
Wash it down. Here's some water.
You know, that's only the second worst way I've seen someone drink coffee.
It just makes it worse. Do you have milk? Cream?
Oh,
Double cream.
I hand her a donut with some
Snatches
whatever.
glaze on top.
Thank goodness not all of our donuts are spicy.
Why would you have spicy donuts anyway?
Have you ever
Coffee
met the
is
Malakota?
spicy. Everything is spicy.
Hmm.
The liquor is
you
spicy,
ever
the women
met
are
a
spicy, the donuts are
Malakota?
spicy. The morning after is spicy.
What?
See, I
Yeah,
feel
I've
like there's a
experienced that.
whole range of palettes that we could open up by not having it all spicy.
Why is it spicy?
Not to mention, the next day in the toilet, it's gonna be spicy.
Yeah, you see,
just
exactly.
gonna put
You
this
don't
down
need to
right there.
always go through that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but have you met the Malakota?
No, this
A
is the
few
only one I know.
times.
You met the good one first. Well, good.
The good one.
Best one?
Thank you.
Ugh.
I appreciate.
Why is your coffee
course.
spicy? Like, who does that?
Well,
Look,
you see.
Pappy Malakota has some unusual tastes in both buds and the bedroom, so
Who's Pappy Malakota?
He's my father.
Donovan points over Bella.
Oh,
Her daddy.
it's a weird name. Pappy.
Ricardo Malakota.
It's Ricardo.
Well, then who's... Wait, what?
Pappy. Papa. Father.
Dad.
Oh.
Like a paprika.
Paprika.
Oh,
no,
but
wrong
is that
guy.
why he's spicy? The
Yes,
closest he
that's
can
why
come.
he's spicy.
It's paprika. He's like, this thing is so mild. I want spice in my life.
Exactly.
Oh. Those are terms
My
I'm not
name
very
is nothing.
familiar with. The only people
well,
of power in my life were called Master and then Dad.
Well, I mean, he
Not the
likes being
same
called
person,
that too.
different people.
What? Oh,
ahem.
who's this voice putting in random sarcastic comments?
Do you guys hear that? Wait, no,
Yeah,
I was
The
hearing
donut
it.
baker.
The donuts are speaking to me again.
They don't normally?
They do that sometimes.
Look, they're really good donuts, okay?
I
You
wonder
will
what's
have
really
dreams
good
about
on
these later.
Wilhai starts like sniffing each donut to try to determine its spicy level before eating it.
All right, roll
Anywho.
for
And then-
spicy.
it. So,
Oh,
we're
okay.
gonna talk to Father?
Yeah, were we gonna
I
do that
believe so.
here? Oh wait, we
No, I
can't
believe
do it
he-
here. Oh wait, we can do it here because the home got wrecked and the flower's probably gone, right? Father?
He did say to meet him at the command center.
Oh
Yeah, we're
right,
supposed to go.
command center, not the Malakota home. Get those mixed up.
Right.
Easy mistake, you know?
Easy mistake.
It is easy a mistake to make.
Wilhai starts throwing on his coat, grabs his staff.
So violent. Why would you throw your coat on?
Where's the bed?
You can
Said
just put
ask
it on.
for it.
Okay, never mind. You can it's already on. Too late now. I mean, it's just a general coat.
Private coat.
Private coat.
coat.
Just remember, thou shalt not grab jackets.
What is that? Jedediah 17:5.
Jedediah Jones 4:6. Those who grab jackets must surely die. That is
will
a
always
very
die.
deep cut that I don't expect anybody other than Michael to get.
I don't have my duck. I put a bunch of different other soundboards on there, but not the duck. What the duck's up with that?
What the duck?
Made a
Here we
mistake.
go.
What are you watching?
Uh-oh. You made a mistake.
Who are you talking to? Jake from State Farm. Well, she sounds hideous.
It's Ben, actually.
Wow.
It's Ben,
Oh,
actually. Yeah, Ben from.
It's Ben,
State
actually.
Farm.
Ben. Well, and then who is Kate?
It's the
Is
agent.
that the name?
It says Agent Kate
Kate.
Woolman. That's the person.
Oh,
That's the specific agent who has sponsored us. Thanks, Kate.
Awesome.
uh-huh.
But then who's Ben?
Kate?
I am
Well, yeah,
not
no,
going to
I'm
answer
confused
that question because I think it's funny.
All right.
Okay,
All right, continue.
fair enough.
I'm not distractible today.
It's Ben
All
from
right, so
Sunday.
are you guys going to maneuver through home as normal, or are you going to teleport?
Let's
Well,
walk
we-
for the day.
Yeah, we should walk because we're already sauced to the gills, and we may need to sober up before we go see the big dude.
Oh.
Oh, that version of spicy.
Well,
Spicy
remember,
coffee.
we were drinking before we came here.
It's
But
true.
then we slept. He said the next morning.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
How
Or
much were you
did
drinking
Don
that it hasn't
Lucy.
worn off?
A lot. Look, Donnie's going through a lot right now. He hasn't seen his
What?
drinking buddy in a few weeks.
Yeah. Or
That's
It's
true.
been a
48 hours.
long few weeks.
It's been a long 48 hours. It felt like a few weeks.
really has.
It's because it actually has.
Yeah.
Wait, has it only
Yes.
been 48 hours?
Yeah.
Hope not.
Well, since
Yeah.
what?
It's not been very long.
Since
Irvin went bye-bye.
Irvin died.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
Okay, I was
was
meaning
like,
since
48
Please tell
hours
me
for
our
the
timetable
whole
didn't-
campaign? No.
Okay.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
that
you
doesn't
guys did
sound
all
No, no,
this
no,
stuff,
no,
went
no,
down
no,
to the
no.
surface, came back up, home with Ghibli, found the brothers, all in 2 days.
It's like I know this has at least been a week.
Yeah.
Longest
Oh, I
week
didn't-
of
oh,
yeah,
my
I didn't-
life.
I didn't explain that this planet has 120-hour days.
We have reached
joking.
shonen
I'm
anime
joking.
levels of depression.
That wasn't in the
if we're
book.
walking-
I didn't read.
If we're walking, I'm
Alright.
doing the same stuff. I'm walking around, just
Mhm.
looking at people, politely asking for things, and they're just giving them to me, and I'm giving them to other random people, or I'm just picking, not even
Giving
looking
them
at items
people?
that I
Are
take.
you walking?
No, giving
No,
to
gives them.
random people. If
She
there are
steals
people
stuff.
around,
Oh,
I steal stuff
jeez.
and I give it
I was
away.
like, you're taking people and you're giving them to them?
Yeah.
What is
taking
this
their
ability?
souls.
Here you go. Have a person.
Just randomly. Here.
He's yours.
Randomly
Well-
picks. He's yours now.
Do
Just
I have
out
any
here
kind of
switching
illusionary
babies and
spells?
people's
Yep,
carriers.
just switching.
Just
yeah.
switch a bit. That is probably something Betha would do.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, yeah, it really does seem like something right up her alley.
Yep.
I could even convince
not
someone
your
to take the
girlfriend.
baby
This is
because
your
the dialing
girlfriend.
gift. That's not your baby. It's your
So,
baby.
what kind
Oh,
of
no! That's not your baby. That's not my baby.
The only thing you're missing is the
terrifying.
illusion
That's awful.
magic, and you would just be Loki at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Basically.
I have some illusionary
low-key
magic.
terrifying?
Look at yep.
I can make you
Alright,
see your
so you
worst
guys make
dreams.
it. So you guys have. You guys are, as you guys are making your way through. Oh God, Sean, no, down. Thank you. Look, Sean is completely real in this household. Okay, I'm just saying.
This is still
They're supposed
Sean,
to be
but
the-
with little alfalfa. See how bad it gets?
My family had this, the pinchy bug. It was
Pinchy
just
bugs? Oh,
this
no.
close to this.
Ron isn't real,
anywho.
Matthew. He can't hurt you.
Eventually, we'll get to see father.
Eventually.
Sean, stop it. Down. Behave. Right.
There's
Anyway.
just a herd of ducks flying overhead. It's migration season. They're late.
Yeah.
I
As
told you
they're
we shouldn't
walking
have turned right at Albuquerque, you bastard.
Turkey. Yep. Quack, 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 quack. So you notice that the citizens are acting a little funny. Everybody seems to be not dazed. Everyone's a little more disoriented. There's now more loud discussions happening, more arguments. Everything is just noisier and more boisterous, but everybody kind of looks a little bit disoriented.
Now
You
they're
can
finally
postulate-
realizing something's going on.
Well,
Like
what
disoriented,
seems,
or
yeah, more like the constant control that Tainted Father was exerting over the entire city has been lifted, and so now everybody's free to be a little bit more themselves. But it's definitely changing the feel on the streets. Not necessarily for bad or for good. It's just different.
okay.
But eventually you guys make it to, well, the closest point that you can physically get to. Because remember, the command center is not actually physically connected currently to the structure of home. But once you get close, Father appears and is able to quickly teleport everybody inside.
Oh, so then we can get to the controls.
Yeah, he basically pulls all of you into the control center. And this is where you found him originally tied up. But now, everything... Oops, as I lose my earbud, sorry. Everything is now in much better repair. All the lights are working, the dust has been cleared away. The random piles of papers have all been shoved into their equivalent of a filing cabinet. They're not in books, because books don't exist, but the random sheets of animal skin have all been nicely compacted and put away.
No, he did.
Oh, and pounded
There's no
leather.
books.
Actually, you know what would have been really funny when the thing started changing on home? I should have been like, yeah, there's always been books here.
You son of a bitch.
Oh yes.
That would have been a thing.
I should have done that. Oh well.
You
Like
missed
how
an
there's no background
opportunity
behind
there.
it.
Yeah, just poof into dust.
Reality just keeps
Mavity.
screwing us
That's
over.
right.
Mavity.
Just grasping
I mean,
the
what-
Same reason,
mavity of
same
the
reason my
situation.
background
what are you-
changed.
What are you talking about? I've always had magical glowy lines behind me.
I know, I've always been from this angle. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. See?
He's back with his alfalfa.
I'm gonna go back to the dust because I think it's less distracting.
Oh, that kind of alfalfa. I thought you were talking
No,
about
your
alfalfa
face
sprout.
is still there. It's still very distracting.
No, thank you.
Who has
Add
alfalfa
that
face?
sensual voice and you'll have a doing.
I'm gonna need y'all to be very good for Daddy. And see if we
Bang
can
me,
progress this
Daddy.
game a little further.
Murray, if I just turn off my camera and leave, how badly will that affect the stream after he
Horribly.
does that?
Why? Are you embarrassed?
Everybody except Michael.
blushing?
I'm just done.
It's like, nope, I'm done. We're done.
Sorry.
all right.
That's the narrative now. You're blushing.
So thankfully,
I'm not all pink
Push,
and
push,
horny.
push the buttons. Bella is gonna go over and start flipping switches. And try to do something with the ship.
Father just very calmly says, I have those panels disabled for now.
Don't you trust
You are
us?
welcome to push the buttons, but it's not going to do anything.
I'm gonna go to the other side and start pushing those buttons.
How does it work? Does it fly
You
like
know-
a ship?
You know, it's a miracle that you guys have survived this long. It really is.
Look, we're really, really hard to kill, okay?
I would say that sounds
Valid.
patronizing, but that's to be expected from someone called.
I don't know. So far, you've done pretty well. You've killed 20% of the people who have been involved with this party.
I mean, technically,
Did
yes,
he?
but how much of that was down to user error?
Oh.
Or not even user error. Just
Shots fired.
he lost the will to live.
He lost.
Honestly, that could have just been raw chance either, too. So, but that was definitely a
For no-
narrative death as opposed
but for
to
some
oh, shit,
reason-
the goblin stabs you in the butt.
Yeah. For some reason, he is dying.
Mm-hmm.
He simply lost. The,
Father?
he caught a case of the plot demanded-itis.
I think we're all catching
Also
that.
known as Refrigerator Girl.
Oh no.
Women in refrigerators.
That's the
Okay, so what
trope
do
when
we
the
s-
woman only
That's-
serves the plot point of dying
Oh.
for the hero.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Like they
didn't
show
know
up for
that.
like 3 pages and then boom, dead. Like John Wick's wife.
John Wick. had
More
a
like
wife.
John Wick's
Irvin was
dog.
John Wick had a
not.
dog.
Irvin was not.
Well, his wife and dog basically all died in the same like 90-second cutscene.
Oh, that's why John
so-
Wick's so fierce. He's got double refrigerated.
See.
Anyway, so,
So,
we're seeing father.
I've always
but
wanted
doing
to
credits.
fly
says-
this thing. How do I do
Wait,
it?
Do we
Yes.
also see an old and decrepit father in here?
Like a second one?
Like his saying like his weird gross body.
Well, no. The original father had been erased. This is just now the updated. This is the father that was always supposed to be. He does look a little
okay.
older. He does look a little bit more beaten up. But he looks better than he did when you rescued him.
But he's not Muscle Santa anymore.
No, he's definitely not Muscle Daddy. He's more like
Mm.
more like Pepperidge Farm remembers type of build.
He actually
don't
looks
understand.
Like he's
like
gonna
someone who
pull
might
out
be
a
very
Werther's
old.
original and hand it to you.
Yes, very
Yes.
much so.
Werther's original.
Werther's original. They're
That's it.
hard candies.
Oh,
Werther's
I
original.
know,
There's
that's a good
something to
shout
follow.
out.
So like a
Not, I would
Werther's?
say not sponsored, but
Hey
be.
Werther's, if you want to sponsor us, we'll take it.
yeah, Werther's, you want to sponsor us. This will become. I will make that a healing item in the game.
Yes, if you do that, we'll all do that. We'll all make them healing items.
Yeah,
Make
screw
them like good
Goodberry.
berries. Yeah, we'll rename the spell Goodberry to Werther's.
Oh, there you
Werther's.
go.
And that's
To be
what I
Werther's
like.
original. I like that.
That's amazing.
Whichever snack sponsors us, we will rename the Goodberry to that.
Oh, if only
Well, then-
branding could work that way.
There's so much branding that would work great.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
we're going to have to call them
but not
Earthers
everybody
instead.
is as brave or as intelligent and wise as State Farm.
Oh. Wow.
Anyway,
Like a good neighbor.
so State Farm is there.
Like a good neighbor.
Like a good neighbor, father is there.
Dad!
Actually, Dad. So father says, "All right, I don't have a lot of time to explain all of this. I'll go as quickly as I can. This entire city is capable of leaving the atmosphere. You are essentially standing on a giant space-going vessel. It's not meant for extended journeys, but it is capable of traveling outside the atmosphere. You know that the city is shaped roughly like that of... oh no, you wouldn't know what a jellyfish is. It's got a dome on the top and tendrils hanging down. All of those
Oh,
tendrils
I have
form a very
tendrils. She summons her tentacles.
Has anybody given
Are they like these?
Has anybody given the tiefling her ADHD medication yet?
No, and I
What's
don't think
that?
she's had her 30 minutes alone either, so that explains the tentacles.
Ah, fair enough.
Hey!
Hey, look, we don't
Didn't
judge
have
each
to be
dude's
alone.
tentacles in the privacy of your own room.
That is your right.
Anywho,
Welcome to Thursdays, folks.
welcome to Thursdays, folks. Anywho, the pieces that hang down are all energy collection and energy focusing arrays. Home is essentially one giant cannon. Yes, the girl that looks confused in the back.
Okay, two things. Space going, why don't you just call it a spaceship?
Because that sounds cheesy as all get out.
It's so much
It
easier
makes
to
sense.
say. You know, you don't call it a water-going vessel.
It's not a space ranger. It's a little light bulb that blinks.
The second
A
thing,
nuclear
what
light bulb,
energy?
damn it.
Yeah.
What
Second what?
energy?
What energy? Where's the energy coming from?
You've seen the crystal, have you not?
No,
Yes.
I don't think.
We've seen it a couple of
Yeah,
times.
the crystal.
What
the-
we
the-
have,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not
Oh,
Vesla.
but yeah. Yeah, Bethlehem.
I've been told about the crystal, but I
All of the energy that Home has gathered over the course of the last... Hold on. Updating databanks. Over the course of the last 1,000 years.
it's a pretty small number
Has
to
been
update your
contained.
databanks.
What?
Nothing.
Please,
Carry on.
what she's...
She's being sarcastic.
Okay.
I mean, he interrupted her first, so fair.
Has been stored inside that crystal. The amount of energy that is contained inside of that is... there's beyond description. And we're going to need all of it.
Just
Donnie puts
follow
his hands up.
question to that's it, right? Just the crystal. You're not pulling it from the people anymore or anything.
And he says, no. I immediately stopped everything that my predecessor was doing. There's, of course,
Yeah.
the...
Look at the other three and see if they believe him.
Do I believe him? Or insight check.
Go ahead, roll.
I automatically believe him because I've been talking to the Guardian over this.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yes, you do believe him. He says, I immediately stopped what my predecessor was doing. All blood collections, all control over the population has ceased.
Is that why Home dropped for a little bit?
No, home dropped for a little bit because for a short time, nobody was controlling it. I had to quickly reestablish control of the city in order to keep it flying.
Yeah.
It'd be like
Thank you.
pulling the plug. Oh,
That was
yes,
scary.
I don't want to die either.
You can die.
Now, there is, of course,
we could
the
have died
rather
in that.
delicate issue
Oh, yeah.
of the existent blood tanks and what we want to do with those.
Oh.
Home
Tangential
collects.
question. You said the tentacles were for energy collection and redirection. What do those collect from?
Oh, that's what pulls the magic out of the water in the atmosphere.
What? It doesn't pull it from
You
the
see-
blood, then what's the blood for?
My predecessor was attempting to maximize the amount of magic that he stored to the detriment of the population. He, based upon the records that I've been reading, ran a series of terrifying experiments on different chunks of the population, seeing what the effect of anger, jealousy, hatred, misery, lust, torture, all the negative emotions would have on the blood magic. Apparently, when you have predominantly negative emotions, it changes your blood slightly, and the way that it resonates in the magic spheres is affected. He found a way to extract more energy by essentially ensuring that the population was miserable at all times. I have
Because
stopped.
everybody's spicy.
I
Well, in the bad way, I
suppose.
mean.
Yes. So, Home was not designed to feed off of its population. Home was designed to slowly gather power from the incredibly rich atmosphere of the planet that we orbit. It was supposed to pull it in through the air, through the water, from the sunlight, from the natural energy that the force below gave off. But somewhere along the way, when I was hacked or replaced, I'm still not entirely sure what, then the previous, or the modified version of me decided that it wasn't enough. He wanted more. And he got more. Substantially more than Home was ever designed to hold. It's actually a miracle that it's still functioning.
Huh.
So, we still have large vats full of collected blood that have yet to be stripped of its magic. We could complete the process and attempt to dump all of that into the crystal, but I fear that we may have reached nearly a breaking point, or we can hold it in reserve and try to determine what to do with it later after this mess is behind us.
I'm just gonna say hold it in reserve because I intend to go do some fiddling with the crystal. When I'm done fiddling with it, we may be able to just dump what we have in there.
I'm just gonna go fiddle with it.
Just gonna go surround with it for a little bit. Some checks with
He
it.
nods. He nods and says, I have some qualified people looking at the systems, seeing what is possible to do aside from just dumping it straight into the backup systems.
I'm pretty sure I can bypass the system altogether, but I just gotta go find out.
He says, now, in order for us to get Home moving, there's a number of things that need to be done. And I can't think of anybody better to help me with it than all of you. So,
Well, nobody knows you like us.
the easiest, probably the easiest of the tasks is that there is a malfunction in one of the energy conduits. Essentially, the way the system is set up right now, hundreds and hundreds of small amounts of magic get poured into the crystal over time. But there are a series of large contact points that are activated when we are ready to put Home into weapon mode. And it seems that the primary of those contacts is physically stuck. I need someone to go down and actually deal with it. I've tried sending the maintainers, but there's so much energy down there that anytime they get close, their construct bodies just evaporate. So I'm going to need somebody who's incredibly resilient against energy to handle that.
Donnie raises his hand.
And he
Have
says,
fun.
That was my thought. Now, we somehow need to get the word out to the people. I need to get all of the people into the life pods. And it's going to be difficult. Now, I could simply do what my predecessor would have done, take control of everybody, and force them to go into the pods. And given what's coming,
Do it.
I'm not entirely sure that's not the wrong answer.
It's the easiest
But-
Yes, let's
one.
do it.
Is that... Can you think of a better way?
Then
No,
literally
alternative
just
is-
having them go? No.
Look,
No.
I'm just gonna say that our two options here are we can have a sexy demon lady try to convince them to go into the pods,
Why,
or
thank you.
we can have the creepy lady tell them to get into the pods. I mean, either way, the outcome is gonna be the same.
I'm still
called you
confused who you're
Anyone who
talking
says
about.
no is gonna get told to
I
get
think
in the
I
pods.
might be the creepy one and you're the sexy demon lady.
Well, I mean, obviously I'm the sexy
Look, figure
one,
it
but
out
you're pretty
amongst
sexy
yourselves.
too.
So,
Thank you.
Why wouldn't we both just be sexy? I don't know.
I know.
I
but
just
is-
sowed the seeds of your
I mean, you
rivalry.
both are.
It's
but-
because
Donnie,
it's
do you
like
like
he's my
men?
brother. It's fine.
I don't
He
like
doesn't
it.
look at me that way.
I'm already shipping Bethel and Bella. That's just between them.
You just want Rule 34.
Anyway,
Those are the options.
the only
actually. I
problem-
mean, we're technically
the
forcing
only
them either
problem
way.
is that the actual data on how to make use of the blood magic systems got deleted when the old father was deleted. So I have a massive resonator network that can amplify psychic signals and with underlying by powering it with all of the blood samples, but I don't know how to use it. So I need somebody to actually send the psychic signal out and get everybody into the pods.
Oh, gross. It's gonna be so much work.
Were those words meaning something?
Yeah. Okay, fine, I'll do it.
There goes the new one. Well, very well then. If it's something you can do, fantastic.
If you were real, you would understand why, but you're pretty fake, so unfortunately I can't explain it to you.
And he says, unfortunately, there's still pieces of my programming where I don't fully understand. And that
That's
brings
what
me to
makes
the
you
biggest
fake.
issue. And perhaps the biggest sacrifice. My core systems relied on the 12 mages that built me. As I'm sure you've seen, one of those core mages is gone.
Hmm.
I need
The broken.
the sarcophagus that you found
Yeah.
down in the stone room. I need someone with a good mind to temporarily interface into the system. And it needs to be somebody that I know I can trust because that person will have a degree of control over home in concert with me. Which is why I don't want to just put anyone in there. It would need to be somebody that was knowledgeable about how machines are built and had a good idea of the way that this system was supposed to be run.
It has to be real high. Right?
The problem is, I can't guarantee that whoever goes into the sarcophagi will come out unscathed.
He's pretty strong, right?
How unscathed
you
are
can
we
handle
talking
it.
here? Is he gonna get Melchiored, or is he just gonna come out a little weird?
I mean, who
If-
isn't a little weird?
You said it, not me.
It's
Not enough.
this the interface in the sarcophagi uses magic to interface with the soul and the mind-body-soul bond. If there is a power surge, or if the mind is not strong enough, the energy surge can sever the soul bond and the mind will be forever trapped inside the system with me, and the body will simply die.
He needs a soul hole.
And there's not a lot of people that are willing to risk that. And I don't blame them.
Soul hole.
Soul hole.
Doesn't sound like.
How do you make a soul hole? Is that like
Are
a
you
belly
what?
button?
Oh, maybe.
Is a soul hole your belly button?
I thought
Yeah, I
it was a
think so.
shopping district.
I mean, you know.
That's an
belly button
English joke.
What's an English joke?
Soho's is in England, isn't it?
The one
part
I'm
of
talking about is
London.
in New York.
Southampton
Oh, I'm thinking
too.
of.
There's probably
I'm
multiple
thinking of one
ones,
in
though.
England.
There's multiple Sohos, and there's
'cause
in
isn't-
England
isn't-
and the
yeah.
US.
Yeah, isn't
It's
Soho
not a
in...
very unique name in the way
Oh,
that
okay.
naming scheme works nowadays.
No,
They're
because
just
remember
abbreviating
when we
stuff.
came over here and settled this land to begin with, we named everything the same.
Oh,
Well,
true.
so occasionally
So-
with a new in the front.
With
that
a, yeah, no,
abbreviating
sometimes.
crap the same too.
Right? Yeah, yeah. Abbreviating. So you got the same stuff over here. It's just less culture.
Sheffield,
I
New
don't know,
Sheffield.
Less old.
Oh, South Hollywood and North Hollywood. Is that what it stands for?
Oh,
God.
is it?
That makes sense.
Huh.
At least in California.
Huh.
Yeah, in California. That's the
Oh,
one I
never
was
mind
thinking
then. You can blame the Spanish on that one then.
Interesting. That's true. That
Yeah, no,
side is.
See, I'm familiar with the English one, which I believe is a section of London.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
I was under the impression
geography
that it was
class.
kind of like a red light district.
There is who knows what the reason is? Because that's a very much older
was that
Soho than
noise?
people just abbreviating crap.
That was an interesting set of sounds that Murray made
And
over
they
there.
shall never be repeated.
Maybe it
fair
was
enough,
Bethla.
okay. There's
London is the oldest one. That one's much older than the rest.
tell
of
us your
making shit
secrets.
up.
Hmm? What
If you
fond
guys could
memories do
only
you
hear the
have from Soho?
conversation that my brain is having, that all the voices in my head are having together. Do you guys know that apparently there's a Soho London? Where's that?
London?
What the hell is London?
Right? I've never heard of it either, but hey,
Is
hang
that down on
Where's
the
London?
catwalks?
Maybe it's one of those new places that like appeared when all of home just got randomly changed.
They're not
Maybe it's
talking
a soul
anymore.
hole.
Wait, they're not talking
It's
anymore.
not that nightclub up there in the bougie district, is it?
Ah, maybe.
No, that's the Soho. That's the one that's fronted by the Seamstress Guild.
No, that's
Ah,
the Soul Hole.
Seamstress
That's the one
Guild?
that's fronted
Yeah,
by the
so
Seamstress Guild,
hole.
according to one of the voices in my
A
head.
needle pulling thread?
Yeah, the mob used to run protection for that one before they decided they could go independent.
Yeah. And trust me, everybody there says la.
La dee da.
Another note to follow. So
Apparently
Oh my
everyone says law.
they might even have tea.
They might even have tea.
Look, we need to get you
Whoa!
seen by a therapist. Maybe medicated
that?
heavily.
What's a therapist?
The people who give you laudanum.
What's
Laudanum?
that?
It's like
Laudanum? That opium concoction that makes you not feel the horrors of reality anymore.
That's possible? Can I have some?
I thought that was called booze, and it doesn't work as well as they say it does.
Well, I mean,
Well,
we still have
hurt than
booze.
trying.
Laudanum has kind of gone out the window.
You know, I'm trying to picture a medicated Bethla. I don't know what that would look like.
It would look like I can't remember what the name of them is from Dragon Age. The people who had their emotions turned off.
Oh
They,
dear.
they were the people who functioned as enchanters because they wouldn't get emotional and screw up their enchantments.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
rock.
That would be medicated Bella. Hello, people. We're here to have a nice little day. Are you going to have a nice day with us?
ASMR but without the emotions.
Ugh.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. We're gonna have a nice day today. I hope you have a nice day. I'm going to have a nice day. I know I'm going to have a nice day because it's going to be a good day. Why is it going to be a good day? Because we decided it's going to be a good day.
Who's
I'm getting
we?
some serious equilibrium vibes
Look,
there.
I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna design the mental hospital for you. It is going to be yellow tile
Designed by
everywhere.
Donnie.
and curved roofs.
I hate that color. Curved roofs are great.
You do,
but
or
yellow,
Bethla
oh,
does?
that's just me. That's me thing.
You'll all hate it by the time I'm done.
Oh, great.
Fair.
Hi, you know what's
Most
totally fair. I've already
antagonistic
put you inside a
environment
cage
possible.
before. The voices in my
So
head are
those-
really distracting. What were you guys saying?
Drinking makes everything better.
Right.
And that there's an impossible scenario where we all have to do some task to make it better, and of course I'm the one stuck with the thing that I don't even know anything about, but apparently I do.
Well, I wish you good luck.
It all makes sense to you now.
Oh, thanks, Donnie.
Look, I get to go.
appreciate it.
I get to go to the place that just disintegrated a whole bunch of maintainers. Although I think
Yeah.
I should be all right.
Yeah.
Would you rather you not
that-
know anything about it, Will High? Because I can make that happen for you.
No, I don't know that that'd help. But thank you for the
No, it
offer.
wouldn't. Decidedly, it would be
Look,
very
I know it's a little early,
unhelpful.
but anybody want some?
Yes.
What is it?
Sure.
Flask.
This is the earthy stuff.
Oh,
Ooh. I'll take
wait,
yours and
no.
stuff.
Yeah. No, wrong side.
Oh wait, other side. I was handing
I
it
know,
directly up to
the
Will
other side
High,
you had
but-
was correct at first. Oh well.
It's
The other
fine.
side is
It's
correct.
fine.
Oh.
Oh wait, I
It's
can't
fine.
reach all cameras easy. I'm
Donnie,
sorry,
other
people.
way.
I'm getting used to it. Oh shit.
He
Getting
doesn't
used
know
to
his
it.
other
lefts and rights anymore. It's okay. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because I remembered how it was in relation
There
to
it
my
is.
room, not in relation to the screen,
Yeah. Here you go.
which is
Bella.
probably a mistake.
There you go. It's this way. There we
Thank
go.
you.
That's how I get my hand
And
out
good
of the
news,
sun.
people, I finally have a damn computer
Oh, it
desk. and
turned into
is
a glass.
So
Look at that.
nice.
Magic.
Magic. Polymorph.
Just passing the booze. It's okay. Voices in my head.
Polymorph is definitely a spell I'm taking.
If I
Right here. Right here.
I got
Other
it.
corner.
Take a sip. Take a sip.
Other side. Other side.
Other side.
Other side.
Other
Other
side.
corner.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Ah.
Nicely done.
Good boy. Wipe your chin.
That's what I got this for.
Being a
to
bum.
try. This is the
Oh
sponge.
yeah, the little sponge.
Yeah. exactly. Excuse me.
We got a real chamois here then, huh?
So what's the other thing we
Wow.
gotta do?
Because oh no, if we can get those things up and running, then I should be able to get us moving.
All right, so pod people, electrical bits, and the sarcophagus.
Electrical
Anything
bits,
else
that
we're
sounds
missing?
kinky.
Here you go. Oh, there's one more thing I could use a hand with. So, as you've probably noticed, system. Later, honey. The system was designed to run off of natural slash celestial energy. It's recently been converted, and now there's a massive amount of infernal energy. It looks like the systems were modified to be able to handle it, but trying to balance the two energies together is going to be a pain. There are so many set points, and yes, I can try to do it myself, but I feel like somebody that has more of an inherent sense of the balance of dark and light would do a better job.
I have a book about that. Not going to lie, it was very boring and I didn't finish it.
What's a book?
Was that the one where the Tiefling Nation attacked? Or wait,
Yeah.
Wait, was that the one with the whips or not? Because
I think that's the one
very
called
different
Aviator.
novels.
Aviator. Oh. Well, I could try it. You know,
Goes. That would
I
be
have at
helpful.
least one side, more or less, in tune.
It's very simple. Just don't let the infernal energy counterbalance the natural energy by more than 78%, because if you hit 79%, the entire city blows up.
But why not
It's easy.
69? I'll keep it at 69.
A good plan.
That seems like a good value.
That's
A
a great
nice
Right on the
value,
edge.
even.
I'm on the
Take it to the
edge
limit.
of coming.
Take it to the limit.
So he
There's
says,
supposed to be an earth-shattering
That's right.
kaboom.
Kaboom!
Ow!
So, he says,
Give it another minute.
Careful, that hurts.
all right, so the coordinates for where you need to go
Sorry.
for the
Did
Energy
you see
trend.
that from like Gromit or something? What the hell?
what is happening?
I don't know.
Just all went.
Everything went crazy. That's
was
my
like
fault,
we-
sorry.
That was like.
Shenanigans.
Yep, I agree with that, Michael the Duck. Good lord.
Aflac.
Nope.
Can't say that.
Like a good neighbor.
State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wait, was that
No,
Pop
we
the
should-
FBI agent or State Farm?
No, probably the FBI agent.
Okay,
What's up, buddy?
no, you know what we need to do? We need to like insert like just a really clumsily done State Farm adjacent scene into the into the game.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe how this red tunicked with beige pants person has helped me out of this scenario.
No. We need to put it in the ad break, and we need to take one of our existing roles and then put like cardboard
Yes.
cutout characters over the existing.
Oh, I see.
character.
Okay. So it thinks this is the thumbs up. This seems to be what triggers
Yes.
the silly.
Oh,
yeah.
there it is. Yep.
And
An
if you
actual thumbs up doesn't trigger it.
if you do this, it'll do something
so
as
mine
well.
Oh, it does.
Mine
Okay,
doesn't do
finally.
it.
So okay, I need to dig into the settings at some point. I forgot all about that this week.
Maybe it's the maybe you gotta do it the other way. I don't know.
That
Yeah,
almost
there's
looks
definitely.
like
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I've got power.
How does that look like a heart?
Weird.
I'm not sure.
That-
It knows that humans
Looks
try
like
to
a
make it look
butt.
like a heart.
It's like an
Yeah, well,
AI generated
Look, there's
heart.
sometimes there's a good overlap between those two. Okay,
True, actually. That is what the shape of the heart was made for.
at least the modern heart.
And it will be in person and run for 3 days. Ooh.
Where
Guys, the
were we
voices in my head
actually?
were so
I want
distracting
to-
again.
Okay, so
Father,
yes.
Daddy. Can I call you Daddy? Anyway.
Are you Pappy?
Where do I need to go to?
No,
This is
Pappy's your
not
actual dad.
Pappy. I'm so sorry.
Makes sense.
He is, he looks like me. This one is, I'm sorry, a bit too pale.
And he says, actually, your part can be primarily done from right here. Now, as for the energy balancing, you're going to need to go to coordinates, and then all of a sudden he's interrupted by a very loud alarm blaring from one of the control panels off to the side.
Coordinates.
I wish I had a really cool
I
alarm.
wish you
but I don't
didn't.
think I do. Hold on, let
Just
me
say
find the
that
most
it happened and it
obnoxious
didn't.
alarm sound.
Quack, quack, quack.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
And he so father quickly defocuses his eyes and then goes, "No, it's not possible. There's no way." He goes, "Everybody hold on to something." He walks over,
I grabbed
unlocks a console, types a couple of buttons, and there is a rapid jerk as the entire command structure shoots upward.
Is
There
this
is a
happening to
signal.
the whole city?
And he goes, "Nope, just us." You can look out the windows and see machinery racing past you at a accelerated rate.
Oh. This isn't.
There is a,
I think
There's
things
a
are about to be
clank.
spicy again.
and then all of a sudden you are out in open air. You seem to have actually come up through the sunlit well, and are now rapidly rising up through the area until you are left hovering above it, overlooking the top of the dome.
Well, that's new.
And Father gestures, and the metallic panels on the roof retract to reveal more windows. And he looks up and goes, "Oh no, they weren't wrong." He points and says, "Look, very, very tiny, out in the distance, up in the sky, you can see a purple distortion that seems to be winding its way closer in a serpentine form. Our time estimates were wrong. We don't have 2 days.
What do you mean?
We don't have 2 days. We have about 20
How long?
minutes.
20 minutes.
We have about 20 minutes.
Oh, wonderful.
We need to go now." He quickly pulls out a piece of paper, scribbles on it, and shoves it at Donnie. "Go here." And looks over at Bethla and says, the enhancement systems, or wow, my brain stopped. The amplification systems are inside that booth right there. What you thought was a closet door opens, and there is, kind of looks like a certain Marvel movie apparatus that shall remain unnamed, but with a helmet and a couple of pads to put their hand on. And
Oh,
says,
that is Marvel
goes-
movie now, isn't it?
"Go straight."
Yeah.
And now technically it is.
Yeah.
Goes, "If you would not mind strapping yourselves in. Now, all we need to do is tell people to go to the nearest safety pods.
Right.
They will know where to go. The system will take care of disseminating that much information. All over the city, emergency bunkers are opening and additional pods are being released. And you can actually see where on the surface of the dome at key locations, doors are popping open and little reinforced domes are popping up."
I'd reach
And
over and
then-
pull on Bella's sleeve. I'm not very
Yes?
good at strapping into things. Can you strap me in? You seem pretty good at
course,
strapping things on,
darling.
at least.
Oh. You,
You
I
got a
should
lot
show
of
you sometime.
experience with it.
Anyway, here you go. She straps you in real good.
Oh,
Wow.
You are the most secure you'll ever be, darling. Here you go.
Can I get the tiniest? Oh yeah.
You can dance if you want to.
Hiya.
Leave your friends behind.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do it as well.
Couldn't make it any
Strap
smaller.
Father turns and looks at Wilhai and says, "Your family has had to bear an unfair burden, and you probably don't even know the half of it. I can't make you do this, but I need your help. I might be able to get everything running. I may be able to fire all the systems properly without you. But there are large chunks of my memory missing that I cannot access without the final components that your mind would provide."
Wilhite just stares at him for a second, and then turns and leans heavily on one of the control panels with his two hands in front of him, and then is Donnie still there, or did he run off?
I'm assuming Donnie is in the process of running off, but probably has not.
Donnie, what
Uh,
are you doing?
Getting very close to running off. What you need?
Anyone can cast
Wilhite says, "Bella, Donnie, I don't know if I can do this. Think about
What
this.
do you mean?
What do you mean? What you so nicely? Thank you for thinking I have a good mind, but basically you agreed that I'm the one that needs to plug myself into a magic system and maybe lose myself entirely in a computer. This is not what I wanted to do to save the city.
I'm sorry. Do you want to save the city at all?
Well, I don't know. Is it even our city anymore?
I mean, I'll make you a deal. I'll trade you, but you gotta go get zapped by electricity.
No, see, it doesn't work. He runs off towards the control panel, or wherever he's going.
I guess that was all the convincing he needed. He's going to do this, right?
I hope
Because
so.
otherwise, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
And go
If
to
he doesn't
where?
do this, there's no point, right?
I mean, if he doesn't do this, we can't really go anywhere either, because the planet is gonna get just chomped here in about 25 minutes if we don't do anything. So we should probably
18
get
minutes.
running to where we need to go, right?
So,
Are there
That's gonna be
communication earpieces? Who still has an earpiece?
you guys do. I think Poppy Malakota does. I think Serafina does. Sam still does.
Franco's in frickin' Space Ace, so he never had one now.
Franco doesn't exist.
Oh, poor Franco.
And yet I have his armor.
Mhm.
Yeah. I have Irvin's old communicator because
Yeah.
my sister has mine down on the surface. Vala
Did
has
Bella
one
have
as
one?
well. Oh yeah, all the players had one except me at one point, and then Irvin because he
Irvin.
didn't want to take notes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Well, you just didn't
okay,
want
so
Irvin didn't want it.
he
I
talks
actually
into
took
the
notes.
earpiece. Yes, I'm going to do it.
Okay,
So
why not?
as Wilhai hits an outdoor area, all of a sudden you feel the wind around you start to pick up. Just a little gust, little breeze at first, but then it picks up, seeming to push you along, to urge you along in the direction that you're going.
It's Irvin.
And then there's a voice that whispers,
Who the fuck are you, Will I? I don't actually know if that got through. Who the fuck are you, Will I?
Yeah, no, I heard it. I heard it.
It's just in shock.
Irvin repeats himself.
Oh wait, maybe that didn't
Wait.
come through.
Wait, hold on,
wait,
is this thing on?
do I have this ghost thing right?
Do you know how annoying it is to send message from the afterlife? Come on.
Good God.
Do you know how much energy this is costing me? Seriously, come on, fucking reply or something.
Donnie, I wish Donnie was hearing this right now.
He's still moving. He's not stopping because he can walk and talk unlike me. What does that even mean anymore? Nothing that I thought I was or am or doing is what I thought.
Nothing we ever choose for ourselves actually comes true. I never chose to be a father, but here I found myself one. You never chose to be the hero you are, but here yourself find yourself to be one. It is not up for us to question what our path is to be, will I? It is up to us to actually take action and make the difference we want to see.
He starts like his view of everything around him is getting a little foggy. He's having a hard time seeing, and he kind of brushes his arm as he's running. He's like, "Thanks, Irvin." Tempest. Oh shoot! Wait, hold on. We promised you a name, didn't we? Hold on.
You better fucking get it right, too.
Time slows to a crawl. dramatic moment as he remembers Irvin falling. He's not taking a long time to go through his notes at all.
Don't forget about that good neighbor, Stay Farm.
Remember, Irvin also remembered, like a good neighbor. State Farm. State Farm's there.
See, again, that fits into the nothing makes sense anymore. I mean, I feel like it's supposed to be profound, but it doesn't make sense. But anyway, Irvin, I do appreciate you. Honestly, I just miss you. But thanks, Tempest.
Just a nice breeze with a
General
little
Tempest.
static shock.
And
Oh, I know that book.
then
I have one too.
What book?
What?
There's a
like,
book?
The moment is gone, and he continues racing towards his destination. Donnie, you have a bit of a pathway to travel, but thankfully you just seem to have to know where you're going. And you hear Sam, well, I've only had an avatar for what's it been, 3 days now, and you're gonna go blow it up. Good. This is great. This is gonna work great.
Okay, blowing it up was not my first intention, but look, we don't really have a huge list of possibilities here, you know? And Donnie taking full advantage of his new boots' springing speed.
It's like,
I am foggy.
It's Will High's eyesight just fuzzing in and out as he's running. All right, listen, kid. I don't know when he went from like dramatic dragon to like grizzled old warrior, but apparently he's seen some shit already. All right. Listen, Guardian. You are about to undertake a very difficult task. If the energy of the atmosphere is as charged as he says it is, you're going to have to do one of two things. You could either make yourselves impervious to energy, or you could make yourselves allow the energy to pass through. Each has advantages and disadvantages. Now, you've encountered materials hard enough that if you turned yourself into stone, or ice even, then you would be mostly impervious. However, every material has its limit. If, on the other hand, you make yourself something that the energy can pass through, you can be a conduit and essentially pass unscathed. But keep in mind that the more energy that goes through you, the more that energy will be shed as heat. So choose the material wisely. When it
Sounds
comes
like
to-
it's better off to use the avoid the energy altogether unless I need to move it somewhere.
It's your body, your shape-shifting ability. I will do what I can to strengthen you and to keep you together. But, again, I'm only remotely broadcasting power. You're going to have to do the majority of the work.
It just keeps running. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I hope this don't hurt too bad.
So, Bethla, as soon as the helmet snaps into place, it is like you, well, not that Bethel would get the reference, but it's like you suddenly tuned into a radio station where you can hear the thoughts and feelings of everyone.
All the voices in my
All
head.
of them, all at the same time.
Wow, there's so many more. Good thing I'm already insane.
And then
This is so cool.
I say loudly. Can I do this every day?
If we survive, yes. You can have
You would
anything
be
you want.
surprised how often we do stuff like this.
Did you all just
Although
hear
then you,
Donovan? I thought he ran off.
We do have messengers, so
you do. And actually, you could reach out to any one person's mind and message it directly using
Reach
this.
out and touch dawn. Hey, can I do
no.
something with that thought, actually? Can I reach out and touch Irvin?
What?
You would not have been able to by yourself.
But with this
But
amplifying.
with the amplifier, you can sense something like a mind that is spread all around home, in the air itself and beyond and surrounding it. So you can get a tenuous connection.
What? I'm gonna try to talk to it.
How meta of you.
Kid, what'd I tell you about touching toys that were too powerful? I don't know, I'm guessing.
Oh, it makes
Yes.
it makes degrees of sense. I can reach out and touch every single mind inside home. If there's a mind like that around, it would make sense. I'd be able to sense it, just not know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Do it.
And Bethel's very easily distracted, and also very curious. Hello? Does it work?
It's the best way to describe the response would be staticky and vague. So, not quite like verbal communication, but more like impressions and ideas strung together, concepts strung together in an attempt to convey a message.
I don't know what that means, but I got a job to do apparently, so I'm gonna do it. Good luck, get in a pod. I don't know, what is that?
Now you can just touch all the mines right now.
Mm.
Once you can just hear them, once you put your hands on the control surfaces, now you have the ability to press your will onto those mines.
It's like being on acid and
Do
drugs at the
not
same time.
strip everybody. I'm kidding.
The thought comes to mind. It's like, nightmares? Memories? Give me things? Free stuff? Should I?
Put them in the pods and then strip them. They'll think it's their idea.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna convince everyone, but I really want to single out that donut guy, the guy with the donuts who made the donuts. I want to single him out, write the recipe down, put it in a spot I know, and then get into a pod. And then I will wipe his memory of writing the recipe down.
Ooh, I hope it works.
Oh, wiping the memory is the clever part.
That is clever.
The other is child's play.
The other is child's play. I do it on a regular basis.
Yes,
This is
but
how we
not
win the
actually.
game, guys. We get that
This is how-
fucking donut recipe.
Yes.
We all
That's
thought
all I
it was
want.
in Blodheim
I want
was
that
this,
donut recipe.
And this, but it's really
Look,
what
we
is
found
it?
the
The
path,
donut
and
recipe.
it leads to the donut recipe.
That's all that matters. It's all that matters.
You know, just simply given the sheer volume of power, you definitely get the distinct impression that he is in fact writing the recipe down. And he's leaving it on the kitchen table.
I'm just gonna message all my friends real quick. My newfound friends. We got the recipe.
You guys, what?
We got the recipe.
Now, you
We got
can't-
the recipe.
Now you can't see the recipe, but you know he wrote something down
I know it's there.
when you
and I
told him
know
to
it
write the
worked.
recipe down.
We got the
And
recipe.
then he went
Could you,
to head
could
towards
you
the
read his
pod.
mind to read the recipe as he was doing it?
Yes, you can get a sense of what he would be writing down. Like
Batch of 12.
the
3 eggs.
exact ingredients don't make sense to Bethla because I don't think Bethla cooks.
No, no. I just tell people to give me food and they give me food. Like, I don't know what any of those things mean, but hey, what's flour?
What's What's THC?
Like what you put in your pipe to smoke?
What's MSG?
What's THC? What's MSG?
They're probably the same thing. It's fine.
What's
Isn't that
acid?
like TLC?
What's Daddy's Magic Cream?
Oh no! Ooh.
Please no.
Oh,
No.
don't rub that on your hands. It'll make you grow
Acts
taller.
like a natural lotion.
It's good for you. What are you talking about? Anti-aging properties.
Here's the swallowing tip for you too.
It is technically a natural antidepressant.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Okay, shall we behave?
Yes, we shall behave.
Behaving.
But it looks like your message did make it through. And it feels like everybody that you've touched now has a single thought on their mind of get into the pods, get to safety.
Like normal, everyone I touch is wanting to get to safety.
There's a couple of mines, though, that you can sense, but you can't actually touch. They're random one-offs sprinkled around the city, but they're there. And
Okay.
it's a very small number, but they stand out to you like little pinpricks.
By not touched, like, as in like I can just sense they're there, but there's like no sending any magic their way.
There's
or
no data and
manipulation.
there's no pushing onto them.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
How many?
Oh, hold on.
Should I do like a check for that?
Yeah, that's probably a good
How
plan.
many can you perceive?
Maybe a concentration, maybe a will? No, that's a
Maybe
save.
will.
This is like an active
Oh, yeah.
skill check, if anything. What makes sense for this? Bluff? Doesn't make any sense.
Love?
But I want it. I want it to make sense.
I mean, she's crazy. I mean, it's surprising how things will work.
Believe in love.
Do you believe?
Maybe a perception. I mean, to perceive.
Yeah, perception. That seems. Yeah, do the perception.
Yeah. All right, here we go. That's a 5 plus 10. 15.
Okay.
Okay.
There's at least 20 scattered
Least?
throughout the city. At least.
Oh boy.
There's probably more, but you know of at least 20.
You know, it would be great if I actually installed a note-taking system on this thing, because that's what it's supposed to be for. Hey, Michael, can you send me a message of what that note app you have is called?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And then you can search
Oh,
it
on
later.
your tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm trying to spread the systems between the things I actually have, instead of, not utilizing some things I have.
Is it
Sparing my computers.
Apple only?
I don't think so. In fact, I had to make sure it worked on Apple. Good notes.
You mean
Good notes.
Android?
It is good. It's very good. 20, at least 20, okay. I will also, if I have to take extra time to focus and try to remember where they are on the maps as well, try to remember the general locations, and
Okay.
if at anything like a impression, maybe, so where if I cross their path again, just in case they're still here when the city gets repopulated or stuff like that, I can.
You want to remember
I
what
get
they
like
felt
that.
like if you run
I
into
wanna-
them, basically.
Yeah, I want to remember what they felt
Okay.
like.
Okay. Well, one is actually Will High. You could recognize it. But you can't influence him at all.
I can't touch Wilhite. That's a pain. That's a pity.
So, Bella, once you slowly and meticulously strapped Bethla into her chair,
Oh, I was fast.
Wow.
I did
no,
the wham
sorry,
bam thank you man strap.
my brain got lost. I was anyway. We're not going to go into what I was imagining. So, Father gestures to you and points to a very complex-looking console, and it's just a whole bunch of sliders that
I'm sorry. I'm very distracted on what Rydak is doing. Anyway,
hang on, I have a belt that does that.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
What?
So it's a very large console, and it's full of a whole bunch of different sliders. And the sliders vary between, basically each slider has a light on the top of it, and depending on where the slider is positioned, the light will shift anywhere from green to amber to red.
Okay.
And they're all in different positions, and they actually seem to be, you know, the powered sliders that can actually move themselves to indicate if a value is changing. I don't know if you've ever seen
Okay.
that on a soundboard. Some like
Mm.
picture like a soundboard in like a church or an amphitheater. Some of the really fancy ones, their sliders are actually motorized, so that the sliders can move themselves.
That is
So
cool.
basically, yeah, it's for when you're like running macros and you want to like record an action and have it repeat itself. You can actually watch the sliders move. It's pretty cool.
Oh, neat.
So all of these are slowly kind of undulating and moving back and forth as their values change. These look very similar to the controls that you guys found in the core. Remember, as you were going through the core that had the giant crystal,
Yeah.
and you had all of those individual
Mm-hmm.
little control areas on those bridges? Looks like the same type of control, just in miniature.
All right.
So, with a
And
little
I-
bit of extrapolation, it makes sense that these control all of those. Maybe at one time there were supposed to be people manning each and every one of those monitoring stations around the crystal. But now, it's all here in this one panel.
Oh. Okay. And they're moving by
But
themselves.
slowly, but you can also reach out and move them yourself.
All
But
right.
looking at it, you can actually feel energy coming off of it. It's not just a light. You can actually sense the different energy frequencies as you touch each slider.
Is
And
it
each time you
arcane in nature?
the energy is, and so
Okay.
you're definitely sensing blends of, you know what the infernal energy feels like, and you recognize the in the middle, the amber levels. You recognize a similar feeling to what you felt when you got onto the planet, the clean, open, natural energy. And the ones that are over on the green, that's when that you start getting that weird crossroads feeling again. That feeling when you stood between two possible pathways and you felt like you could make a choice. This is from several sessions ago when you were working with magic.
Mm-hmm.
And each time you can touch that, you sense that crossroads, that choice. So you have an inherent sense of what each thing is doing. And you also have an inherent sense of where each slider needs to be. I'm not sure why or how, but you can feel it.
Mm. All right. Do I know about where everything is to keep it balanced?
That's
Or
something.
can I make like a knowledge or arcana?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's gonna be a check, a knowledge arcana, to know where you have a sense, but to know exactly where it's all supposed to be.
All right. It's gonna be 16 total.
Okay. You know where to put everything at this exact moment. And if you move everything to there, there is a sense of cohesion and balance that comes off of that board to you. But you also know that if anything goes out of balance, you'll probably feel it. And you will have to react accordingly.
All right.
So.
I
Now.
will keep an eye.
Wilhai. You make it down to the stone room. And to the mausoleum, I guess I should call it. You walk between the pillars. You come up to the one there at the end with the broken pieces. There's a distinct sense of sadness that just pervades the area. It doesn't really look like there's even a body in the sarcophagus anymore. The inside of the box, while covered in dust, seems to be made of a very interesting multi-layered, looks kind of like quartz and maybe some sapphire and some possibly copper running through in very intricate and precise patterns. And you can definitely sense the energy coming through it. You, if you focus, know that this thing worked exactly the way that Father explained. This thing is able to tap directly into the interconnect between the body, the mind, and the soul, and enables the rest of the system to interface with the mind and utilize the brain power of the person in the sarcophagus essentially as an extra processing node. So you know that in order to activate it, you have to climb in and then pull what's left of the lid over the top and then think an activation command. Kind of like a certain chair in Antarctica.
Stargate. Excellent show.
Stargating across the universe.
Good reference. You're
Where I
hesitating.
stand. Of course I'm hesitating. Did you not hesitate even a little bit?
No.
No, like, long discussion with, like, a spiritual mentor to, help you come to a conclusion? Nothing like that?
How long did you and I talk? You're the closest thing I had to a mentor.
I find that hard to believe. What
No
about
one is as
Sam and
good as me.
Franco?
Nah.
Wait, do you remember Franco?
Who's that? I'm kidding.
Dang it.
No, actually, he does.
It was a joke.
Yeah. Who's that?
How is it being out there?
Confusing.
Hope it's not that much worse than the past couple weeks.
Will be if you don't get in the pod.
I know. He's like taking small steps toward it.
Little breeze and electric push.
So,
Go.
out of Out of the misty depths of Wilhi's shattered memory materializes a memory that he didn't know about before, but that he knows is real. And it's of a very young Wilhi sitting on his father's knee. And his dad is looking at him and saying, "Remember, son, no matter what they say about us, no matter what happens, no matter what you hear, our family means something. We carry a special gift deep inside us. And I think you are the one that will get that gift. So anytime you're afraid, anytime you're not sure, just remember, you don't know what'll happen until you try. Sometimes things are worth a gamble." And you remember little Wilhi saying, "But how do I know when something's worth a gamble and not worth a gamble? How do I know?" And Dad looks him in the eyes and says, "When the fate of the world is at stake, that's when you take the gamble. And somehow I feel like you have a part to play, far greater than you know. Your brothers, they're kind of buffoons, but we love them. You, though, you're going to do something great. Something amazing. You knew that your dad loved you. You knew that there were things about him you didn't understand before. But now, as the memory damage is undoing itself, you can remember that you used to have talks like this with him a lot. And that despite everything that's been said about the gambling or about the mistakes he may have made, that in everything he did, he always tried to give you the tools you needed to fight. And like every good dad tells every little boy, he told you one day you would change the world. And somehow, deep inside, even when that memory was gone, that carried forward with you each time you went into the staff zones, each time you went in to rescue someone, each time you stood up for what was right, despite what the society around you told you. And so both the voice of a friend and the voice of a father stand next to you on the precipice of the final choice, the final test.
Is there room in the sarcophagus? Like, how big is it?
It's actually meant for somebody slightly bigger than you, so it's meant to fit like a full 6 foot tall person.
Oh. So it could have fit Donnie.
Donnie would have struggled.
Donnie been in there like this.
Everything fits
Yeah,
if you push hard enough.
No, just I want you to picture Mr. Incredible in his car.
Daddy.
Oh, I was thinking. I was thinking. Pooh
Donnie
his
in the
little-
starship.
his,
Oh.
in the poo cake. Yeah. Okay. Wilhi just stands and nods for a second, and then as there's some shimmer or shake to the city, he like looks around and realizes where he is and the timing of things. Looks around, starts climbing in.
Don't fuck up.
Oh, thanks.
I liked it better before you said that last part.
It's me. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's true.
Urban Yenros, moment killer.
Oh no.
Hey, that's only if
Rose,
you get a
moment
moment.
killer.
If you got a moment, you're lucky enough that he didn't shoot first.
Miss you, buddy. Maybe I'll see you soon. He
I
lays
miss me too.
down. Of course you do. Bethla loves you, you know.
Fuck.
She says you're the kindest person she ever met.
Not a sight I ever wanted you to see.
Don't know why that is. Wilhai lays back and has his staff in front of him. He's holding it kind of tight. You can see white knuckles.
White knuckle staff, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Got real.
Dawn and
Maybe that's
Dawn
natural
and
vibration
Irvin,
as
moment
well.
ruiners.
Irvin's at least there.
At least
Is
your hair okay?
Everywhere, Poppy.
Oh.
Oh. Can I get a higher?
He lays down and says, Donnie, thanks for being there, standing in the gap for everyone. You and I are more alike than I give you credit for all this time.
Make sure you make it back, all right?
Do my best. Bella,
Mm-mm.
it's been a pleasure.
You don't even know. I could have given you much. Don't die, and you can still have it.
Well, I am climbing into a big thing. Maybe I'll come out even hotter than my brothers.
Hang on, you didn't sleep with her, you idiot.
He gave you the opportunity.
We set things up. I'm disappointed.
What are we
And
gonna
then,
do if you die? There's not gonna be a little Irvin to
d-
carry, or a little Wilhai
Wait,
to
wait,
carry
hold
on
on.
your.
wait a minute.
We already
hold
got
on.
the little Wilhai.
My daughter was throwing herself at you, and you did not sleep with her. What
Yeah,
kind
what's
of
wrong
future
with
son-in-law are you?
Wait, what? Your family
Oh, yeah, I
doesn't
still
even
have-
get married.
Oh yeah, I still have one of these, by the way.
Okay, thanks, Poppy.
Wait, who is this random voice I'm agreeing with?
Oh, that's
my
Poppy.
puppy.
Oh, that's Pappy. Hi, Pappy.
Ooh. Ooh, a new one. She sounds interesting.
I am
Poppy.
interesting.
No. No, please, just. I mean, I know I can't actually demand this, but please, just let me not.
Just
At least not now. After
don't
maybe.
this be the last thing I hear as I do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Boss, this is Irvin's
Just
daughter.
like-
Let's just
Okay.
nod.
All right, and he's like
Figure
reaching
it
up. He's like, okay, I know
I
we
saw
don't
her
have time.
first.
There's just like a ghostly figure of Irvin kneeling in the corner with this dark cloud and those lines going over his back. I'm like, what? I don't understand. Like, what's going on? What? That's my. Who? She's what? Bella, what did you do? I blame
You
you.
didn't do anything.
And he starts, he's about to reach for the button to close it, and he's like, "Hey Sam, you there?" I forget who has one of these. I keep forgetting.
I'm here.
Well, you're not Franco, but apparently he never existed, so don't worry about that. Yeah, thanks for everything, and tell Her Majesty I'm always her loyal servant. And he slaps the lid closed.
Loyal simp, more like.
Goodbye. There's
then
a
he-
bright. Oh, go ahead.
before, like, right at the last second, he's like, I wonder if this will do anything, and taps the amulet on his chest to activate the armor.
That was clever. So as the armor begins to form around him, there is a brilliant flash of light and streaks of blue and white and gold in his vision as his mind interfaces with the vastness that is Holmes AI. And at that moment, it's a great time to take a break. See you all in 15
Nice.
minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Break time.
Y'all come.
Hello there. As a guest of the Owlbear Inn, you obviously have taste. Now, as a person of taste, have you ever thought to yourself, I need to watch an artist who also has taste, with a sense of classiness and intelligence, heightened by sitting in a leather armchair before a fireplace with shelves of books behind? Neither have I. Anyways, I happen to have an art channel called Michael How Arts here on Twitch if you want to check it out. There's drawing, chatting, and sometimes gaming. If you enjoy fantastic characters and comics, or just having someone to hang out with while doing art, you should give Michael How Arts a look-see. That's twitch.tv/Michael How Arts. And if you visit, maybe, just maybe, you'll occasionally have that artist sitting in front of a fireplace to give you a +1 for the richness and culture of your Twitch experience. Though I wouldn't count on that. But please, do stop on by. Thanks for your time, and have a wonderful day.
I'm Michael Howe, and I approve this message. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, I did this, and 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 this.
Hello, everybody.
Fine
All campaign, all I wanted was to pass wisdom saving throws, and I never do.
Even with advantage?
I have advantage. I have plus. All my feats almost have all been going into that direction. No.
Oh, that's awesome. Consent is always important. Agreed.
You're next.
Why am
totally
I
not dead.
so bad at this game? Jeez.
Might be genetics.
Attack first. Think never. Hey, folks.
You feel a definite pulse of magical energy as you shake his hand.
You just made a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Roll a will save.
There's more up there? We have to... I fucking hate this level.
We could have been playing Blodheim.
Dog, dog, dog. Save me, save me. Where are you? Get in front of me. Get in front of me. Get in front of me.
I'm coming. I was marking the cave.
Dogs. I'm gonna stand up. Get the dog. Help.
Hello, folks.
There. Apparently, I can't remember your name at all.
Who's Ingrid?
You.
You.
Me? Oh.
Yes, because I can't forget. Wow. Why am I having such a hard freaking time with names today?
You called me Murphy twice before
Yeah.
we even started.
Shut up, Melvin. I'm working here.
Alrighty, naked.
That's a good drawing, right?
Damn right, Hank, that's
Really
good.
good. Oh my gosh.
Love it.
I do.
Wow.
With someone.
Wait, you just said they had a book.
That being said, we will.
Yes.
And then you emphasize that there is a book.
Holy! Way to catch on to that like a minute and a half late. There's books, there's diaries, there's maps.
Wait, there's a book? We have not been consistent with this at all, have we?
No.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce most of those. Wow.
Yeah, they had a sale on apostrophes that day.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know what's really going on. Hi!
We have you on speakerphone.
I was just gonna say, this is one hell of a collect call, man. I didn't know he knew infallible relay.
Does anyone know what the rates are? I don't have that much gold.
Did you know back in the old days, in the medieval times, they used to put lanterns, hang lanterns out on front of horses to help them navigate during nighttime?
Oh.
It was the first recorded instance of satellite navigation.
I enjoyed the live action The Avatar movie.
Oh, baby Baba Luba. And burbled as it came.
No.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
If you're only to be addressed as you as your own person, what do I do if there's like a whole bunch of y'all?
You may use titles as, I would say, the trolls. You may use the consequences if
Okay.
you would like.
So
You
y'all
may-
is off the table.
Y'all is an abomination.
A whole bunch of y'all.
Too late.
That's when you guys look over and see what once was Jitters descend slowly onto the ground, trampling towards you as its head from top to about past the sternum splits like that into a toothy maw that is its whole body.
Rawr.
Hello and welcome to Hate, Laugh, Love.
Everybody knows if it's
Nope.
green and it's
You
slime,
went that
it's booger time.
The show where we talk about movies.
He starts hopping on the way, and when you look back, there's Handor and Grace. Grace looking just frowning perpetually, and Handor just smiling ever so gracefully. And Finestone, you see on their lips, Handor say, "You think they'll make it?" And Grace go, "Not a chance."
Interview continuation. Date. And the time is. I am Dr. McPherce, interviewing the Chief Maintenance Officer of Site. Please state your name and title for the record.
Of course. Hello, Record. I'm Henry Camel, the Chief Maintenance Officer of Site.
Thank you. All good on the bathroom breaks?
Oh, yes, I believe so. Apologies, Doctor. I am an old man.
Indeed. Where do we leave off? The arrival of the MTFs. Now, upon meeting them, were they properly equipped for the task at hand?
More than. One of them was armed for the whole lot. I oversaw the fitting of their suits personally, you know. Though, personally, I'm not sure why the HR lady was sent with them. She seemed far too sweet a person to be subjugated to this kind of thing.
Please keep your personal opinions to yourself, Mr. Campbell.
Yes, I forgot. Apologies. There were other things I found peculiar about their loadouts.
What was that?
They didn't have any... Or... We knew the hotel was... Why were they not issued any?
After lowering them into the water, how long did it take for them to arrive at the dead zone?
Close to 2.5 hours, like the others. You're not going to answer my question, are you?
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. I will have more questions regarding their return later. You may go.
Of course. I understand. Thank you, Dr. McPherce.
clipteris.
So then I says, look, if I can't find it,
After
nobody
the little
can
death,
find it.
yes.
Okay.
Did you call that guy from the dinosaur park? He's pretty good at finding different kind of.
Oh, that's true.
Don Hammond?
No, the younger guy, the one with the motorcycle.
Jeff Goldblum?
Are you talking about the new ones?
Yes, actually, I am talking about the new one.
Okay.
I was talking about Chris Pratt's character.
Again, Rytak. For the
Yeah,
second
see,
time,
again, he's a youngin'.
I get to say you're the young one because you referenced the newer films.
No, I'm not. I've seen that one, the most recent.
With
I think the last time I seen that actual Jurassic Park was. I'm the second oldest person here.
I know
Well, no,
you are,
Smython's
which is
older.
why this is amusing.
Yep.
I still think you're this. No, you're not older than. Anyway. Hi.
You're out a year than I am.
What do you think about our ages?
Yeah, Zelda Elf 90.
I don't know what you're talking about.
90 years old? You look amazing for your age.
I'm so sexy.
Join us for our upcoming one-shot, Storming into Senility. We don't know when we're going to do it. We don't know what system it's going to be. We're all going to play a bunch of old fogies in a nursing home.
And you're likely just going to
gonna
hear
be
us going,
glorious.
what? Huh? What'd you say? Back and forth for the entire 4 hours.
Roll for perception. Did I understand what he said?
Ageless, actually. Circus is right. I
I
am
actually do-
beyond time.
I actually do want to do that. Would
Are
Fate
you a
Core be a
Time
good
Lord?
system?
Oh, yeah, Fate Core would be a great system for that.
Okay. I was just wondering.
100%. It'd be a good one for that.
So anyway, things are happening.
They are.
Got a whole lot going
Everybody
on.
dies. Everybody roll a new character. No.
Oh my god.
I've already done that.
Everybody live now. Everybody fucks.
I can smell you.
I can smell you.
Take a shower, damn it!
I can smell you.
You smell
I didn't say it was bad.
delectable.
All right. Will High.
Yeah.
You
We just
awaken.
wrapped up with me. Awaken.
I know. But you awaken. And everything is different.
Do I have
You now
long
have-
blonde hair and no clothes except some trousers on? Or some bottoms?
Yes. It's also been 100 years.
Okay.
You wake up in kind of a bluish fluid
Okay.
with no memory of your past.
Well, that part checks out.
Another news, it's
So-
Tuesday.
Here's the thing about humans is as good as any one person is at multitasking, we are not truly thinking of multiple things simultaneously. Just like a single core computer, we are rapidly bouncing back and forth between thoughts. Hold on. Will High can now think in parallel. Will High can think multiple thoughts simultaneously in real time. You can also access any point in your memory in real time. But there's a cost. The more things you try to do at once, the greater of a strain it puts on your system. And if that strain gets too high, it's going to start taking checks. You are also aware of Father in a new way. It's not like you can read his thoughts, but it's like a voice and a series of other mental processes that are happening at the same time as yours. And as you put all of this data together, home suddenly makes more sense. The way that all the systems interconnect, the way that all the wires run, the tubes, the pipelines, where the blood is stored, how the crystal is interconnected, the various computers, how all of the minds form the neuronet. You can see it all laid out. And most importantly, you know how to fly this thing. Now, the speed that you can move this at has to do with how much energy you're willing to expend. So,
And just clarifying, when you said using checks, you mean like skill checks, right?
Yes, correct. So, you want to roll the city in a very leisurely fashion. You can probably do it without too much trouble. If you want to, ignore gravity and, turn the city around super fast and dart off in a direction, it's going to cost a series of checks. But you, with advice from Father, are effectively in control of Home's movement now. So you are effectively the pilot. You can also see through all of Home's sensors. What? What did you say?
One with the crew.
One with the ship. Part of the ship. Part of the ship.
Part of the ship. Part of the crew.
Part of the crew. Part of the ship. Part of the crew.
But you can also, if you focus, also see through Home's sensors. So you're aware of the very strange air pattern that's currently surrounding and flowing through Home. You are aware of the life signs down on the surface. You're aware of your pathway around the planet. And you're aware of the giant energy distortion that is massive energy distortion that is rapidly approaching the planet. And it's all of these things, they're kind of like different senses in your body. Like we're aware of all of our senses at all times passively, but if you really want to focus on one of them, you have to actually do that. Or if you want to move in a specific way, you have to try to move. And if you want to run, it is harder than ambling slowly. Does that make sense?
Say that last part again.
If you want to run, it takes more energy than just walking slowly in that direction.
Okay.
If you want to punch something, it takes a lot more than just slowly pushing your arm towards that person.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, you now know how to fire the weapon. Now, there's some systems that are partially outside of your control. You can sense the fact that the primary energy transfer coupling is in fact broken and stuck. You can also sense that the balance of the energy currents through Home's systems is being controlled by somebody else up in the control panel. And you can definitely sense the waves of psychic energy that are being pushed out and moving the people as rapidly as they can go into the pods. And each time a person lays into a pod and activates, you can feel another tiny percentage of processing power getting added to the pool that you and Father share.
How is stuff getting added to it?
Because just like with the maintainer bodies, every time somebody goes into a safety pod, a portion of their brain is being used to boost the systems that run Home.
They aren't being ejected?
Hmm?
Oh, okay, sorry. I've been thinking escape pods rather than safer
Oh, no.
places.
So
it's more like
safety-
tornado
safety
shelters.
pods. They're like a fallout shelter, basically. They're reinforced, they're isolated they're dampened, and they knock the people unconscious so that you don't have an entire population of people puking all over themselves as gravity goes haywire.
Blech.
So while Wilhai gets accustomed to all of his new data, Donnie, you make it into the core, or into the shaft of the core into the core shaft.
Did you just laugh at your own joke?
Yes,
By accident.
100%.
So accident.
I'm a dad. This is what I do.
That sounded like a weird engine music noise.
No, it reminds me of the old sound effects that used to play before movies for the sound systems.
Oh.
Oh yeah, THX.
That and a couple others that used to play with big, loud, booming voice. THX was the big one, though. Every movie.
Get ready to experience the greatest in sound and video technology.
Oh my god.
Bigger,
You kids won't
brighter,
understand that anymore.
deeper. No. See, back in our day, there were the crappy movie theaters, and then there were the really good movie theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were
Sound
the THX certified theaters, which were just fucking mint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Just
we're old. God, we're old.
If you could tell
We're
us
in
what
our
VHS
30s.
is, and you were born in the 2000s, good for you.
You know what it
Genuinely
was?
Good for you. A VHS, and you were
Oh,
born
yep.
in the
Oh, yeah.
2000s, or even a floppy disk. If you can tell us what those are, I will be impressed.
What does
Genuinely
a save
impressed.
button represent?
Yeah, what does the save
What, you mean the
button
3D printed
represent?
save
That's a
icon?
floppy disk, people.
Raise your hand if you remember 3.5. Or no, not 3.5. Was it 5.5 inch? Yeah, 5.5 inch floppy.
Something, yeah. The ones that were actually floppy.
Yes.
Oh, I love those.
Mhm. I remember a time where computers were not even in my house.
My first computer had a 4 megabyte hard drive. We installed Windows 90. We put Windows 95 on it, and we could play Duke Nukem 2 on it, and it would still crash on occasion.
Because it was too much to process.
Yeah, it was. It was like a 386 or something.
Oh, okay, that's us old people complaining for a moment. We're not even old people. That's the thing. We're
I did grow up in
middle-aged.
the boonies, though, so I did grow up with old technology.
Look, if you ever watched a VHS, your back hurts, go take some ibuprofen.
Yeah, already took 3 today.
That's why I have this.
What a dark liquid of Coca-Cola you've got.
I know.
I remember when Coca-Cola was original before they had to say it was original.
Want to have the cocaine in it?
Buy Coca-Cola and put the cocaine back in it. Stuff.
Put the Coke back in Coke. Put the Coke back in Coke. Everyone listen for the pop. Okay, we're good.
Oh no, I heard it.
Hello, DEA agents. How are you doing this evening? We are not doing anything suspicious. You may go back to your normal, regular.
I finally understand why I say that.
All right,
we
quack,
have lost
quack,
the purpose of the quack.
We've completely lost. All right. Anyway. So, Donnie, you can... Where you're actually at is at the very bottom tip of the crystal. And instead of the... basically, you can see going up all of the various support structures and... what's the word I'm looking for? Lattice works that hold everything in place. But here on the bottom, there are physical structures that actually touch the crystal. There's 3 lightweight looking ones that are all touching the crystal. And then there's one giant one that is supposed to extend up from the platform and clamp onto the very tip of the crystal. Go ahead and roll a...
I think I need to roll wisdom because I forget why I came down here.
Why
am I here?
What?
I ran through a lot of doorways. Shit.
I feel like there is something important.
Hold on. There's a
what was
reason
it?
I'm here. Hold on. There was a reason I was here.
Hey, it's
but I
Pat.
can't remember it.
Something about taking a big hit of electricity. I can't remember what.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and I guess it'd just be a perception check at this point.
Perception. Okay. That is not the right dice. Come on, get it together.
Keep it together, man.
Keep it together, man.
Perception, you
close.
said. I feel good about this.
Loosen up.
That's it.
It came from.
Okay,
behind.
yeah. I have 13 on the dice plus 13 for bonus, so 26.
26 will do it. So you can tell where the malfunction is. So this thing is supposed to kind of scissor lift up into place. The motorized portions that are supposed to push this thing up into place have broken. There does appear to be a manual override that can be pulled. But it's going to take a really, really high strength check to manually connect this thing like it's supposed to be.
Oh, good thing you sent the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man.
So go ahead and roll.
Baby.
That's right. Put your hands around that big hard handle and pull as hard as you can. I said hard like 3 times in that sentence.
Hard.
Donnie's going to
It was
stretch
hard
first.
to hear that sentence.
And then before he goes to lift, he's going to get himself a little pissed off first. So he's going to use a round of rage for this.
I would like to rage.
I would like to rage.
Can I pop a button?
Hey, to be fair, that is a valid strategy of getting yourself a little pissed off before going to lift something heavy. Just don't pull a muscle.
This is a little static charge.
So I'm just rolling strength, you say? I want to give this thing a good old yank. Because otherwise, Donnie's got to try to use machinery, and that's, look, that's really more the brain in the jar's forte.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Rytek, please hold your hands up higher so we can see the dice, because that's not the motion it looked like you were making.
Oh, my apologies.
Wow,
I'm used
bad
to
when
you
Michael
looking
says
down on
something.
me. Hey. By the way, I am supposed to be rolling at a D20 for a strength check, right? I haven't rolled very many actual strength checks. Okay. That's 11 on the dice, 4 on the modifier, so what, 15?
Yeah. That's what the maths say.
So Donnie pulls himself, grabs the handle, and yanks on it for all he's worth. There's a creaking and a groaning of metal as the platform starts to move and then stops. Rather sadly.
Oh, you rat bastard.
You hear inside you, you need to pull harder.
Pull or push?
He goes, no, it's
Pull,
pull.
you idiot.
Pull.
Okay.
So now,
I was
Michael,
going to get on the back.
you can still communicate with the party. And you know that basically you don't have the power to move the city until this is connected.
Hey, Donnie.
You don't have to talk to him. I'm just saying you can.
Yeah. Donnie, keep doing what you're doing. We need that to pull through or connect.
On it! Donnie's just putting his damn back into it and still... You see his blood
Try
vessels
again.
starting to pop out because he's raging.
All right, roll again.
Oh.
Hang on.
I forgot that desk is not
before
very
you
heavy
say any of
anymore.
those results, can I connect,
What?
as Bethel, can I connect to his mind and give him a... Oh, I don't actually know if I have any tricks that I could give him for this.
Give me an adrenaline boost. Make me see an evil or some kind of predator monster from the woods real quick. That'll make Donnie.
No. Bethla. Replay the screams of his parents in his head.
Oh, God!
What the fuck?
Actually,
Yeah,
no, that's actually probably something, because looking through the list, it's like I've got nothing I can help with this. But instead, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to manifest an image inside your head of the most terrifying thing you can think of jumping out in front of you at the instant you start pulling. To try to get you to lurch back with more adrenaline and energy than you
The
thought you
most
would.
enormous glorp sphere with just the most long bang.
Oh god.
Like long lashing out with saliva slipping and flapping from it all over the place.
I was told you
Flopping
were
all over you.
real!
And just behind you, you hear, "It's real.
Run, bastard!"
Oh, Donnie. Oh.
All right. Come on, give me better than what I got last time.
Watch him roll his ankle.
Oh!
No, that's a 20.
That
is
is
a
a
nat
20.
20?
That's
a nat 20.
Everybody look
No,
out
it's all right.
for the
I
love
believe
of
you.
dice
You're good.
in the Discord.
I am.
Right, this time.
I don't get many natural 20s, so.
That was pretty impressive. Yeah, record it.
Nice.
This
For the
time,
love of
Donnie
dice.
grasps the handle with both hands, and with a mighty heave and arch of his back, yanks the manual release down, extending the connection point up, and you hear a satisfying thud that echoes through the whole chamber as it finally connects. Wilhai. So, it's not like you didn't have energy before. I mean, it's like sitting on a couch on your average afternoon day. Somebody just took, crack cocaine, speed, and pure adrenaline and caffeine, mixed it all together, and injected it directly into your spinal column.
Oh.
You now have power. There is more power coursing through this city than you could have ever conceived of. This is orders of magnitude beyond what should be possible. It is ridiculous how much energy has been stored inside this crystal. And you now have the ability to move the city. Now, Bella, your readings went all wonky and haywire. So go ahead and roll another, what was it, an Arcana check?
Yeah, knowledge arcana. Ah!
Nat 20?
Nat 20!
Wow!
Dang.
Nice! Alright.
It is time, everybody.
For
Voltron! So that's
For
going to be
Voltron.
a 26 total. Because I have a +6 to knowledge.
So you guys, you immediately know how to move it. You rebalance everything. You feel like you almost are standing on that moment, on that choice between darkness and light. Like you've reached a toe, and one toe of each foot is touching each choice, almost like you can sense both choices at the same time. Michael, you feel all of the various systems inside home adjust and remodulate and move into an optimized state. And you now have the ability to rotate, and you can easily now rotate and move the city into position. You know roughly where the dragon is going to be, and you have roughly the idea of where home needs to intercept.
Do I get the sense that it's a thing that I can just turn and aim and shoot at, or I have to go and intercept?
So, if you have access to some of the data about Malacanthus that you did not previously. If he fires at you and you're where you are at the planet, even if you manage to dodge the shot, he's just going to hit the planet and cause massive destruction.
So he can shoot.
Now, Lycanthus has a breath weapon that
Okay.
he uses, that he has used to great effect. He also has claws and teeth and a tail, just like any other dragon does. Now, we're working on a cosmic scale here, so you getting hit by a dragon's tail on that scale is a little more concerning than on a human scale. And it probably takes a little longer to, there's probably a lot more margin of error there, but he is essentially a fully mobile flying dragon. At least that's what the records indicate to you.
Just very, very, very big. Okay, so
you found the remnants. It's not really a battle plan, but it's kind of a, oh, look, he's a jab. He jab. Who's the jabby boy? But you get the general sense that you're supposed to go to this point outside the atmosphere of the planet, and you can also sense him getting closer because you have access to home sensors now work like your senses.
do I have any sense, by the way, of old corrupted father in the systems?
No. It does appear that he has been completely removed.
Until he reappears in someone whose mind he may have touched.
He cackles maniacally.
So yeah, I start maneuvering the ship out to that point. Slowly at first, easing in and then easing out, like good animation.
Yes. Those of you who are in the observation standpoint, in the observation bubble, can feel the ship begin its massive turn. There's a series of clangs as pieces of the tentacles break off and fall to the planet's surface below. Michael, you were able to tell that these are unnecessary pieces of home, and they are automatically jettisoning to make the movements easier. The thing is that you're getting the distinct impression that you're forgetting something. No, but not you, but that home is forgetting something. You're not quite sure what it is. There's one missing piece of information, and you know it's missing, but you've got no idea what it is and what the shape of it is. You're also noticing that as these pieces of home are falling off, they are exposing mechanisms that you're not sure why they're there. Grasping arms, connection ports, fluid systems, pipes are all now exposed to the outer air, and try as you might, you cannot figure out what the function is. You can almost see the shape of the memory or of the data, but it's been erased. You still have full control, and you still are able to move and fly up towards the interception point, but you know you're missing something.
Can I roll for investigation or memory or something like that?
I'm going to say that'd probably just be a raw wisdom or intelligence. I'll let you pick which you'd prefer.
Well, definitely intelligence over wisdom. Oh dear. 4.
Yeah, you've got no idea. So, Bethla, Now that you have gotten everybody into their pods, and all the minds have shut down and synchronized, you only can sense a couple of consciousnesses. You have the great, massive, partially mechanical, partially biological consciousness that is home. You can sense it. You can sense the weird outliers around home, the individuals that are not controllable, some of which apparently did not go into pods. And you can also now sense the absolutely cataclysmically large mind that is coming towards you. This mind is so different. We're not even talking like, if I say orders of magnitude, that does not convey. The mind's not just bigger. The mind's not just smarter. It thinks in a whole different way. The way it processes even the most basic thought structures is completely alien and foreign to you. There's only one thing that you can detect from it, and that is malice, hate. The deepest, darkest desire for absolute destruction, that so deep, in fact, that even Bethla's mind cannot wrap around it. And there's something else that you sense, which is that it's not it thinks it's going to win. It knows it's going to win. In its mind, it is an absolute certainty that no matter what you do, it is going to win.
That was to me, right?
Yes, I'm just explaining. You can respond or not. It doesn't. Either way is fine.
Yeah, she ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay.
She's gonna keep all that to herself.
And now, Rytek. Sorry, Donnie. You got the mechanism in place, but things down there don't look quite kosher. It looks like this mechanism could fail at any minute. So you may want to stick around in case it collapses.
Good to know.
Just, that's basically, what is shit? Oh, sorry, I was looking in the chat there. Alright. Wilhi, go ahead and run a wisdom.
$13.
Don't know if that's quite gonna do it. Hold on. Thankfully boosted by the sheer volume of processing power you now have access to. You know how big Malacanthus is. You don't have a clear picture of him in your head yet, but you know how big he is. You know how big home is. You have a rough idea of the amount of energy inside the crystal. And you have a rough idea of what systems home has. You're gonna lose. You have the energy in the crystal necessary to actually, if you can land a hit, could destroy this thing. The problem is that Home's minuscule defenses will not stand up to anything in the records about any of Malacanthrus's attacks. Home might be able to take a tail hit, and it might be able to take a glancing blow from a breath weapon, but it's not going to survive. The other thing
That's
is
why we
that-
don't let him hit it off.
No, that's the thing is that this is partially you coming to this conclusion, partially the risk processor chunk of the
Mentat computing.
Of the computing.
Eyes
node.
go back.
The other thing is that while Home's prime weapon is impressive, it's like there's a missing system somewhere. The system can't cool itself, it can't shed the heat, it can't shed the excess energy fast enough. So if you fire Home's prime weapon at full power, you're going to burn it out. Now, you also have access to astrological charts. So, you're pretty sure that relatively close as astronomical units go, you think there might be another planet. And you think that Home's systems, its ability to produce oxygen, to hold its people in stasis, to shield against cosmic radiation, you're pretty sure you might be able to run and make it to that other planet. And there's a reasonable chance of success. But you know for absolutely certain that if you do run, the world that you're surrounding will be eaten. And you have no idea whether or not the dragon will come for the next planet, or if he'll just leave and leave you alone. But you do have the option to
sure
run.
that's not the
But it's not. But that's the thing is that you have the choice to run. There is a place you can run to, or you can choose to stand and fight. Also, the sanction lander dummy.
He's on the surface, so he's the only one who gives a shit.
I know.
Really should have brought them up on board. Maybe that would have been a better use of time.
Right. Well, I don't think we had time to do. Well, maybe we did.
Probably not.
That's true. That's actually probably less people down there than up here, but we don't know.
Like 5 ships full best.
We
It's one
also have
village.
the big majority of Home in the surface and inside the atmosphere of the planet itself, and we're only operating the crystal, the weapon portion of it, so how many people are we actually bringing with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. True enough.
Hey, Will, hi.
Sorry.
Now's a real good time to fire.
Yeah, well, that might cause a problem, but yeah. Did your dad ever tell you, or did you ever hear about any other any fables with impossible choices? Feels like one now.
You mean like the word prescience? I never really understood what it meant, but you know, it's used a few times.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
Why does he sound worried? Are you worried?
Yeah, we don't have enough energy to take much of any hit and can only fire the weapon a little bit before it'll burn itself out. We're missing a system somewhere.
Energy.
What do you mean?
What about energy?
Irvin?
I am energy.
You're what?
So, GM, Irvin is basically like he's a tempest right now, right? So could he work as that energy conduit to filter out that energy and be that individual in between piece? Because he had those capabilities to begin with.
Alternatively, can he, as can he, as air and wind and water and tempesty things, work as a heat sink?
Now that he might be able to do.
Could he and Donnie together work as a heat sink?
I'll heat your sink, baby.
Not my kitchen sink.
Because I can tell you for sure, I don't think we're running. We are not running. I don't think that's happening. We're sticking around and going in for the fight here. So
yeah.
We need to figure out
is
a
not
way
really an
to
option.
make this work. Like, running is not an option.
You need to cool down? Is that what you're saying? Am I keeping it too hot?
Always.
Well, I have it at 69. I could make it lower.
No, you gotta make it 88, so you get 8 twice.
What? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, to repeat
I
that.
heard-
Sorry, it was supposed to be a one-off. You gotta use 88 instead of 69. That way you get 8 twice.
Oh, brother.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was more so that
Oh,
I thought
goodness.
that I thought that was just so you could make sure you had 1.1 gigawatts of power, or 1.21 gigawatts of power.
You will by the end.
If you get 8 twice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got something in my eye. That is why I'm rubbing it incessantly.
Ooh.
Okay. So now you said it will burn out. Is that like the weapon will burn out after one shot, or if I keep using it, it'll burn out?
You're pretty sure that if you fire it at full power, as it is, you will burn out in one shot. You could fire multiple lower powered shots out of it. Especially if you give time between each shot.
By the way, are there any... Am I aware of any other than the planet we could run to and the planet home circles, are there any other astronomical bodies on the path between us and Malacanthus?
Not directly on the path. There are a couple other planets in your solar system. Let's see, man, I guess this would make sense to you now, because you'd have access to all of the data. There is a gas giant, and then there are two smaller, rocky, barren, airless worlds. Your gas giant is going to be Saturn-ish in size, and then you've got roughly a Mercury-sized rock. Actually, it's like two Mercury-sized rocks, but one's in front of you in orbit, and one of them is behind you in orbit.
Okay. All right. Hey, Donnie, are you done with everything you had to do down there?
I mean, in the immediate future, yeah, but if I said I had a bad feeling about some of the sparks coming out of these panels, would you believe me?
Oh, most certainly. Can you turn into those?
I can turn into something similar. I don't know if it's exactly the same. I was able to turn into a emerald before that was able to move the magic, but I don't know if it's quite the same thing as these crystals or not.
Well, we need more power. So I mean, if you could imitate it,
Cut
maybe
to Donnie on an exercise bicycle. But Captain, I'm giving you all she's got.
I mean, I probably could, but being honest, compared to the size of the rest of this crystal, I don't think I'd be adding very much. I think the best I can do is make this different magic, but...
Am I able to run any computations on if changing the type of energy we have would be helpful? Is it a matter of type or a matter of amount? And / or like conversion rates?
It's the matter of the raw amount. It's not that home isn't designed. It's not that your weapon isn't designed to take the full power. The problem is that it does not seem to have been designed with sufficient cooling systems to be able to handle what would happen. And there's also, anytime you use magic on this scale, there's a distortion effect to reality, and there needs to be something to counterbalance that distortion, or you can literally tear yourself apart at a reality level. Almost cause the hole in reality type of situation that caused the Tempest to begin with. While you're thinking through all of this, roll a perception check.
Ooh. 26.
No. So you hear well, it's not you hear. You detect something. Kind of like if you could hear somebody shouting at you from a great distance would be the human equivalent. But you're picking it up with Home's systems. You can choose to pay attention to it, or you can choose to ignore it.
I dedicate, a little bit to try to grasp what that is.
It sounds like it's speech.
Okay.
And if you are able to clear it up, an audio signal comes through and says, Verdant Defense Force 0. This is Verdant Defense Platform 1. Do you copy?
Huh? Who's hearing this?
I don't know. Might just be Michael at this point.
Who's Michael?
Michael's not here.
Or Michael. Michael's not here, man. Wilhigh, or Wilhigh could also, inadvertently transmit it out to everybody's communicator.
No, he's not going to do that. He says, sorry, I hear you, but don't understand a word you said.
Repeating. This is Verdant Defense Platform 1. It's good to hear from you, Platform 0. We lost contact over 300 years ago. Haven't been able to get through since.
I look into the system, through the computer system to see if I find any record of that.
You find the hole in the record where there should be data, but no actual data. You hear the voice come through and say, look off your starboard bow. We're coming up alongside. And just crusting over the surface of the planet comes what appears to be another home. Slightly different materials, slightly different configuration, but it's another giant floating jellyfish with a city on top. And then over the audio signal you hear, this is Verdant Defense Platform 2. Does anybody read us? Over. And then a third, this is Verdant Defense Platform 3. Do you read us? Over. One by one, a total of 9 additional platforms check in and crest the surface of the planet, and come towards you.
So 10 total?
Each one of 10 total. 4 are shaped like home, large jellyfish-like constructions. 4 more are shaped kind of like large, flat panes with what appear, or what we would think would be giant solar panels on them. And the remaining 2 appear to be some sort of large clusters of struts and interconnections. And all of them begin to slowly drift towards you. And you are inundated with a series of communications from each one, saying things like, "Where have you been? We're so glad to know that you weren't destroyed. We haven't heard anything from you in 300 years." It's like, and just things like that.
Oh, by the way, and this I definitely did start patching through as soon as all this happened.
Wait, what? Things? What? Hang on.
How's the
Wouldn't
levels
we be able to
looking
see those
for
from
me?
the planet?
What?
I guess
We can see planets, we
I don't
can
know.
see stars. Why couldn't we see things floating around? I'm confused.
They're
Where
so
do they
tiny.
come from?
In comparison, you know.
Carefully modulated orbits to keep everybody from bumping into each other. Or one carefully modulated orbit to keep Platform 0 away from everybody else. Like if a rogue
were all-
AI didn't want them to know they were part of a larger system.
They were all circling the same planet?
It's actually very possible.
Didn't it seem weird?
Planets are big.
How often? Didn't it seem weird how often the people on the surface would see home floating over?
No.
No. It didn't. It didn't feel weird
No.
at all. Like
we
that
have no
felt
idea.
normal.
Feel weird.
No,
Maybe I
it's a system that has a weird orbit that shifts itself.
That's all the information we had, and that's what we took.
Nope.
So no, it
Yeah.
did not feel weird.
Well, okay, I failed to see that then. Oh well, it's okay.
Nah.
Although now that that's said, that might explain the whole army concept of why that exists. Other than, well, wait, no, that was still to wipe out people on the planet. Anyway,
It was still to wipe out people on the planet, which would be hopefully just the corrupt father, not these defense platforms. In which case, if it's the defense platforms, let me
Yeah, I thought you said-
planet and let's leave.
yeah, was it not whenever home came around, or what they saw as home, the Defense Force Army attackers would show up? So
no,
if,
you were correct that they did come from your home.
Okay,
but
so
it wasn't
then
every time. No, I'm saying based on what when they saw home in the sky.
They did
It wasn't-
attack every single time.
Okay.
Yeah. So you receive a data upload, and it's basically a secondary AI under a different name. Oh, sorry, a secondary upload. You get a data dump from another AI on one of the other platforms, basically saying, "I've detected that your data is incorrupt, or is incorrupt. Wow, is incomplete. Let me give you the remaining information." And that missing spot fills itself in. And you see a grand vision in your head of how the 5 central jellyfish platforms link together and interconnect with the strut platforms, and then interconnect with the large panels on the outside to form one massive craft that is capable of firing the prime weapon, defending itself against a stray blast, and keeping itself cool with the massive radiators that are attached to it. But it requires everybody getting into position. And that, my dear confused noble-born friend, is up to you. So at this point, let's say this is a use magic device check to coordinate with everybody and see if you can get all of the pieces to connect together.
It's not diplomacy or acrobatics.
You gonna? What are we diplomatizing?
I'm saying, to coordinate among all the people. Anyway, rolling for your devices.
True. Yeah, maybe. I guess you could argue.
Good thing I have a massive bonus on that. 16 total.
I'm pretty sure that that's sufficient. So all of the pieces begin to pull together, leaving the atmosphere, different AIs talking to each other, sharing data back and forth. And then slowly, bit by bit, the pieces interconnect, and all of those exposed ports and pipes and steam conduits and grabbing arms all come together and interconnect in a completely logical way. And as everything comes together, all of the lost history of home, of the planet, of the whole struggle comes flooding into your databanks.
Okay.
Home disappeared from the greater group mesh, let's just call it, about 300 years ago, when the rogue father took over. He altered all of the records, completely rewrote chunks of the subroutines, deleted outright the data on how home was supposed to connect to the rest of it, and set about trying to pull and create enough energy that he could fight the dragon by himself without needing the others.
Did the other platforms have fathers or AIs?
They did. Each AI is a little bit different. They're all based on the same general principle. Father, though, was the most advanced out of all of their systems. Home is essentially the hub. It is the center point around which all of the other platforms were intended to gather. So whereas our AI, or Father's AI, is controlled by 12 original mages, most of their AIs are only controlled by 2 or 3, depending on what their jobs were. They also all have a much smaller population because they didn't have the AIs trying to force their populations to grow exponentially. Especially like the ones that are essentially just giant flying struts. Those essentially, no pun intended, have a skeleton crew.
I hate Microsoft.
Yeah.
I second the motion.
What was the motion?
I'm stuck on a Microsoft ad because it won't fucking let me out. That's it. Sorry.
Quack.
Quack. Self-quack.
Oh, I had another question. Can I tell? Was that THX? It was
I
similar.
think so.
It was a riser. It's copyright friendly THX.
I think they're out of business.
Can I tell from the data I got whether the stupid Sunwell was always supposed to be there and what that whole thingamajiggy was?
So,
of course, in the split second of an eye, because that's all he's busy focused on the moment. But does that happen to come in with a flash of information?
Hold on. So you actually get conflicting information from different platforms. The platforms that were geographically closer to you at the time report that the Sunwell was part of the original construction. The platforms that were further away or on the other side of the planet at the time report that no, the Sunwell was not part of the original construction, and that the center portion was always filled in.
Okay, well, I'll worry about that later. So are we all interconnected then?
So I want you to picture forming Voltron, but cooler. And more
That's
epic,
impossible.
More dramatic.
That's impossible.
All of the pieces click together. The AIs interconnect. The commanders of each get on a group comm. And by some miracle...
Red 5 standing by.
Mhm. Yes. That's
Red
kind of the
leader,
vibe I
standing
had when I
by.
came up with this idea. It turns out that the
August
monarchy...
falls into attack position.
Turns out the monarchy actually wasn't something that was created by Corrupt Father. The monarchy has always been there. And so one by one, the delegates all remotely bend the knee to the queen. Because they have been loyal to a queen that they have not seen or heard from in generations, but are still her loyal servants. Because they didn't have any of the weird social crap that happened. They're still a much more organized society than all of you are.
We're quirky, okay?
What?
We're just quirky, okay?
We're quirky, okay? It's not our fault.
All of home is the middle child.
Oh, yes, basically.
You can't relate.
Even the only child's home is the middle child.
As the united Verdant defense platform begins to rise off the surface, you suddenly detect a massive pulse of energy coming from the dragon off in the distance. Oops. Dang it. We're just going to call it ever and ever. Let's see if that does it. You hear a psychic roar that washes across the entire platform. And a beam of pure white light stabs towards you. Now, the platform has shields, but they are still in the process of activating. So the shields are only able to disperse a portion of this blast. A portion of the blast gets through and stabs directly down into the Sunwell.
Oh.
A secondary portion of the blast ricochets off and hits the planet directly where the newly formed volcano is.
Uh-oh.
But nothing changes. The Sunwell is the same as it was. The planet is the same as it was, even though there was obviously an impact of this breath weapon. Remember the tidbit I gave you guys weeks ago? Malacanthus's breath weapon is temporal, along with spatial. When he hits something, it's erased from reality. It's erased from time. And the timeline scrambles to fix it.
You gave us that?
Yeah, I
did.
remember that. Is the volcano still there?
No, you said
The
it hit right where the volcano is.
The volcano was there because what happened is a chunk of the land got beamed out of existence across about 1,000 years worth of time. And what happens if there's suddenly a hole in the crust of the earth? A volcano forms and builds.
We saw the effects of the breath weapon before it even happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just watched a Chrono Trigger
And
summary.
And so when a portion of the breath weapon took out the center of home, the timeline scrambled to correct for it and made it so that it had always been there, so that it was designed there.
So it's already shooting us?
No, it went back in time. It's almost it's like a time weapon. So basically, it shot home, and home got broken / repaired in the past.
The minute that it hits,
always been there.
causality affects it so that it's always
It
there.
affects it backwards in time.
Just like with the Sunwell, just always being there. This has just always been there now, thanks to Dragon Breath.
And
hey, good news, guys. Their breath does nothing to us. We're immune. We're fine.
Oh, cool.
I like your positivity, Bethla. No, it's wait.
Somebody please knock on wood.
Actually,
why is nothing down here wood?
No, the good news is it seems like he never hits us again. Is the good news?
That that actually does make me feel a little bit better. We wouldn't be here if that was the case.
Maybe.
Can I fire the weapon?
Fire away, fire
this would definitely be a good time to maneuver and fight back.
I don't need to maneuver. I'm lined up already. I just shoot.
I kind of feel like that'd be a good way to start the new year.
Will high right now.
Fire.
So after 11:30, I feel like that'd be a great way to start the new year.
That's a heck of a cliffhanger.
We can finish it now. We can finish it in a half hour.
Time beam weapon, so that is
one giant blast. It's all over. Campaign ends and we win.
One giant blast. Look,
this
if I
is
was in
this
charge,
table.
it'd
We are
be
not
one
gonna be able
giant
to finish
blast, the
this in
biggest
30
blast, the
minutes.
greatest blast ever done before, and it
Got
would
the
be
best
taken care of.
blast.
I can tell you that.
Got the
It's
best
gonna be the
blast,
best blast ever.
anybody's ever seen. It's gonna be
It's
just
gonna
amazing.
blow you off your feet. And the best thing
Gonna
is,
blow you
we're
off
not going to be the ones spending the energy for it. We're going to make other people spend the energy for it.
We're gonna make Malacantha spend the energy for it.
He's
Look, I put
going
my
to
good
give us
friend Will
the energy
High.
to blast him to oblivion. All right.
We're gonna build a
Seriously,
death
listen
laser,
for the
and
thought now.
Malacanthus is gonna pay for it.
He's gonna pay for it. I was talking to Will High, good guy, great guy, fantastic person, and what he
No,
told me.
I am not
he said-
associated with him. Long live the queen. Unassociated with this man.
The queen's dead. It's the king now.
No, not
and
that
I'm
one.
equally as devastated.
Not that one.
So.
Oh wait, Will I didn't get that revision yet. Shit.
No, yeah, the queen was in the middle of that blast as
Okay.
well, so it's actually the king now.
No. She was fine by the side of the Sunwell.
So,
Are you
here's
sure?
the final
Sunwell.
question, though. Here's the final question. Here's the final mystery.
Oh, I don't think you're. I think you're lying on that.
Do you
I'm
know
gonna call you on that now.
that it changed?
As we already.
Why are you guys the only ones that know?
Oh yeah.
You're not
There is an
the
answer.
only one cursed with knowing.
That's what I do. I drink and I know
Knowledge is
things.
the worst thing that can contaminate our brain.
I know things.
I used to be happy.
Once upon a time.
Large lore dump, but hopefully the majority of the pieces now make sense. And I'm very sorry to all of your brains and timeline processing.
Oh, timeline
Yeah.
processing's fine.
Allow me to
it's fine.
quote a smart man
And I
from
can't-
Looper. This time travel shit fries your brain like an egg.
No, that's all.
It's
just
all
quote
just a
the
big bowl of wibbly wobbly.
wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. The best time explorer of all time explained time very, very simply with "It's a ball of wibbly wobbly jibbly jibblies."
Which fries your
It's
brain
not
like an egg.
exact quote, but you
Like
know.
an
Not
egg.
to mention a weird soup.
Actually, I think it was scrambles your brain like an egg.
Time
And-
is a weird.
But
soup.
whatever you do,
Thank you,
don't
good
forget
pieces.
to take your trusty towel.
And
Yeah.
talk to your local state farm agent.
That too. Talk to your local state farm agent.
And if you don't know how to talk to your local state farm agent, you can call 719-539-6265, and you will get a
right.
very friendly state farm agent.
Who was good enough to
I can't
sponsor
poke the
this
button.
chaos.
Why can't I poke the button?
Because no one else can poke the button but me.
I punched the kid's head off.
What the heck? What was that?
Ah! That was Cat, right?
That was Catherine's Chaos. Yeah, that was Catherine's Chaos. I got a bunch of different little sound biddies from.
Oh, that's awesome.
Either so Cat and Brando and Ingfe, one of their big viewers, clips, and then take sound bits of all those clips, and they sent me them all. So I have them all. So I'm using them. And that's probably my favorite one.
I punched
honestly.
the kid's head off.
It's just so good.
Shoryuken.
Although I did get Brando to do this one specifically for us. But as Yoda, he does it so well. Him too. Anyway.
Ooh, the Swamp Master says.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah,
I
we
tried,
started
but he said to be
blasting.
continued. I tried to blast him, and my shotgun shells were empty. I gotta reload them. Shame.
By New Year's, he does
Look,
mean January.
Everybody
11th.
listen, I tried to blast the dragon. I really tried. But the Democrats, they stopped us.
Okay,
That's
before we
why
start getting a little
next
too
time-
bit deep inside those kind of things, it will be January 11th when we're back. That is a whole month of time. But that is because the last week of December we take off. The inn relaxes, does nothing. None of us do anything.
I will especially be
this
doing
guy.
nothing.
I will be doing Jack freaking.
I'm going to be
Dilly.
relaxing.
Fly after
doing
we
as little
take
as
off.
possible.
What? Oh, you.
We fly after we take off,
Yes.
rather than just crashing.
No,
That's the
we fall
plan.
with style.
Crash miserably. Everyone falls.
This
in
isn't
style.
flying.
We're a leaf on the
Falling
wind.
Falling
Watch
with
how we.
style. Hmm? What?
We're a leaf on the wind. Watch how we.
Oh, no, he's invoked it.
Fire. I missed both times.
Okay,
You know how the
we're
crew of the
gonna
fire-
raid
people.
someone.
So,
and we're
Do you
gonna
know how the
leave.
crew of the Firefly cleans their
Hey!
spears?
Fiend Tails is up.
They
Yeah,
wash
they
it.
wash them.
They wash it.
I hate that.
Fiend is on.
that joke.
Yay.
It's so
Yeah, I
funny,
think
but
he
hate
just
that joke.
started too.
Really?
We're doing,
Oh,
we're
wait,
doing
wait,
a
wait,
one
wait.
shot this weekend, right?
I think.
We
to be
are.
fair, I haven't
We're
refreshed
doing
it.
a one shot.
Close out my
Speaking
chat
of
so I get.
speaking of that wonderful wonder,
Okay, no, we're
we
good.
are doing a one shot with them this weekend at 7 p.m. MT. Come on by for that. They wrote it. They designed it. They got the players together. They did everything. I just had to sit here and do the techie stuff. I'm
He's
actually
been going for
inside
half
this
an
one,
hour.
You're
but it's
playing?
great. I am. Yeah. I'm in this one. I am playing a character.
Woohoo!
Are the other players confirmed? Can we know?
They are. They're all new. Everyone's
All
to the end
new?
except for Brando and me. We're
That'll
the
be
only ones who've
fun.
been here
Oh,
before.
we don't
so
even know these guys.
Don't even know
Fresh blood.
fresh blood.
Fresh
torture.
meat.
But yeah, come on by for that delightful time. And Sunday as well, because we have another busy week next week ahead of us. Not as busy as this one, quite, because nothing on Thursday. But another one shot and more shenanigans to happen.
We'll miss y'all
And
too,
more
by the
delightful
way.
stuff on Sunday.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Shenanigans is happening every Tuesday now. Except for on the first Tuesday, which is Heroes Feast. Anyway, we're going to start that raid after I hit the ending screen. Delightful time. Thank you everyone for coming on by. Thank you for your first time viewers inside the Zaxxonian 6. I think I said that correctly. Yeah, come on by. We have a Discord, actually. Can someone pop that Discord in there? I don't have a
Yes. Oh,
capability. Nice. Thanks, Righto. And Tangerine. Oh, look at that. There's the tree as well. But yeah, come and join our Discord. We have a lot of fun stuff going on in there. There's the wonderful For the Love of Dice, where you can see all our dice and where we post the natural 20s and the natural ones sometimes if we're feeling cheeky. In there, you can also, because we use physical dice, and we know some people don't necessarily like that, so, you know,
We make
we
exceptions.
help.
They're so
We make
pretty.
exceptions. They are so pretty.
Look,
We
I've
love physical
rolled
dice too
23
much.
d6. It shit happens.
Right? Yeah. It happens. But anyway, come on by, join that community. It's a fun place. We share memes mostly, and we encourage the memes. We love memes so much. Anyway,
It's a good time.
Memes are the
we're gonna raid
language.
Fiendtail's comic. Fiendtail's comic actually did all the art for our intro that we have. The song's not done by them. That's done by Peter Taylor, but that's happening on that. If you want to know who did our logo, he's right over there. It's Will High, the Michael Howard
Well,
Arts.
hi.
They did They did our logo. Go check their stuff out as well. They're great, wonderful, wonderful people. I'm gonna say thanks now, then bugger off because I'm tired. I've been up since 5 a.m. I want to go to bed. Anyway, thanks
Go to bed,
everyone.
sleepy boy.
We'll see you all later. Go say hi to Fiendtail's comic. We're gonna raid them. Put all the
Yeah, I'll
love.
come back now,
Throw
you.
in all those Lily images. Come on back in January 11th for I think the finale of this one, and Saturday for a one-shot. We'll see you all then. For now, though, thank you all very much for being here. We love you very much. Hope you had a hoot. See you next Sunday. Bye.
May have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired